Well, it's been a hot minute. Salutations to anyone and everyone that may or may not be watching right now, and welcome. It's been a little too long, I'd say. About a year ago, I got through the bulk of Shadowbringer's story, and now I'm going to attempt to try and get through the bulk of Endwalker's story, but unfortunately not all in one night. For those of you who may be wondering who the hell this is that popped up into your stream feed, yes, it is me. I have returned, ideally permanently, but at least for now temporarily. And yeah, we're gonna run Endwalker's story. Now, admittedly before, I was having some massive issues with frame rate droppage and all this other stuff. Hopefully that's been fixed. I'm currently on a wireless connection still because trying to hook up physically where I am at the moment is a nightmare, but hopefully that'll be resolved soon as well. But for now, we're gonna pick right back up where we were before the last time I streamed, which was I started the Endwalker MSQ and I got to the lovely city of Yggdrasil. So now we're gonna pick up where we were. You'll do it then? Show me how to deal with customers? I'm in your debt. Right, please try peddling my fish to, shall we say, 3 people here in Yggdrasil. I will observe you and learn. He's now accompanying you, keep him by your side, proceed with quests. Excellent. You can leave by entering a different area or speaking with him and selecting the option to part ways. Return here and speak to him again. Okay, makes sense. So now he's going to follow us, and we're going to, I guess, throw a fish at people's faces, so tally-ho! But yes, it is the eve of New Year's. It has not quite come and gone yet for me, as you can see from local time. But we're getting there, and I will be taking a pause in the stream long enough for me to go and do New Year's with family very briefly. So it's not going to be a super long stream tonight, but we'll see. We'll see what's going on. All right, let's cut that off. Yes. I could do the baseball stand thing. Fish here, extra fish here, fresh fish straight from the sea's bottom to your mouth. Let's see how he's doing though. That's a little more polite. Greetings to you too. Suppose I'm well enough given the circumstances. Things have settled down somewhat, but it was utter chaos when that tower first appeared. Everyone grabbing whatever they could, trampling over each other to get to the city. Many remain here for now, but I could not stay away. Had to come back. Continue with my life, such as it is. Whether or not it was the right choice, only time will tell. Well, I mean, there is no place like home, right? Oh, trust me, I don't. I make sure to keep well clear of the tower. And when more monsters emerge from it, I heed the Radiant Host's instructions. I remember this from last time we played. I do not know who the Radiant Host is off the top of my head. Let's see. I hope to deal with it soon so we can get back to our normal lives. To the days when we could eat or earn as much as we gave, and tuck in a meal satisfied that did good work. We're trying to sell fish here, so why not have some fish? Fresh fish, you say? Oh, you're a fishmonger! When you bait me like that, how can I not bite? Very well, give me some of your fish. Boom! Happy customer! Done and done! Thank you for your custom. The catch of the day is Shallow's cod. There's the man I was waiting to see pop on. Yes, Kantake, I am a master of the baiting indeed. Ooh. Delectable stewed in coconut milk or baked with a sprinkling of salt. Ooh, that actually kind of sounds good. I'm not even a big fish person. Hey, we got our first sale. Nice. Cut that back on. Boom. Alright, next fish sale. Hopefully this will go just as swimmingly every time. Let's find out. Nothing like some sparkling cider on New Year's Eve. Oh, yo, hello? That is actually a super sweet Reaper set. I'm assuming this is current game content. Looks cool. Alright. Hi, Nashreen. Here we go again. Ah, pandemonium stuff. Thank you. A hawker, are you? Do you sell fruit by chance? If so, I would want to buy some Umra. Let's say it doesn't. They don't need to be export quality. I love the prompts in this game. It's great. Umra shmamra. My fresh fish is the only thing you need. But in all seriousness, why do you need that much? Why? For eating, of course. It may seem like a lot, but as of late, I go through that much in no time at all. I am a stock taker by trade, but with no vessels coming these days, the wares are beginning to pile up. By the same token, nothing is coming in from overseas. But not a day goes by that someone doesn't come asking when the next shipment is arriving for this and that and this and that. All of it wears me down. I find myself feeling constantly hungry. I mean, either one of these is kind of a respectable question to ask. Yeah, we'll go with I know how you feel. Thank you. A pity you don't sell fruit, but I enjoyed our little chat. It took my mind off my troubles for a moment. Oh, no! Ah, crap. I thought I was doing so good. I didn't think she would end the conversation that quickly. I should have asked her if she was still hungry. Dang it. Also, I don't like the rain. There's no point in running around getting wet if I have an umbrella. Also, by the way, how smooth is it coming through on your end? It looks like it might be slightly choppy, or the frame rate might not be the best, but I'm having a hard time telling. Alright, cool. So, fun fact, with our updated data cable to our Ethernet, everything has, as far as I know, been running very smoothly. So hopefully I can do this and not have 10,000 frames drop every stream. Alright, let's try and push it this time. Let's see if we can legitimately sell the fish. What is it? If you don't mind, I'm rather busy. Oh, God, my stomach. Oh. Aether sickness? No, nothing so unusual. In my hurry to get back to work, I just ate a little too quickly. Hey, you should eat more slowly. Savor your foods. Would that I could, but I can't afford to be idle. Like as not, circumstances will surely get worse before they get better. And so I'm working as hard as I can while I still can. Better to be prepared. What an industrious young individual. Well, it's not like I'm trying to impress anyone. Now, if you excuse me, I need to be a big... Oh my gosh! Gosh dang it! How do I end this twice in a row that poorly? Oh, it was truly eye-opening at how bad I am at sales! God, I did retail for like 10 years. How do I mess up this badly? Jesus. Maybe that's why I was never a manager. Oh well. Ugh. I like that as you're going along, you've got this elephant man right behind you just going tonk, 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 tonk. Oh, whoops. Trying to avoid chat from showing up too much if I can help it. Lord knows I don't need some toxic thing getting said, which is not common in 14, but point standing. Thank you for showing me how to talk to customers. You managed to sell one of the 3 people you approached. It was difficult, but when you approach a miner, you can succeed. No, you did fail too, but there are lessons to be learned in success and failure. By applying yours, I'll endeavor to become a better peddler. Yes, please. Actually push the sale just a little bit. Still, there's only so much I can do alone. I hope that things will return to normal in Kazal soon. I thought I heard a familiar voice, and who should it be but Matsaya? Hey, there he is. Took you long enough. Kazal, have you finished your business at the guild? So you were there too. Forgive me. Try as I might, I can't find any buyers. With no ships coming in and hardly any going out, there simply aren't any options at this rate. So, you can't buy my fish anymore? Aww. I'm sorry, Matsaya. I truly am, but for now you must peddle your own goods. But by myself, I can't. Ah, we just sold some already. It's okay. I want to help you, I do. But as it stands, I can barely help myself. I poured my all into the consortium, and I'll be damned if I let it fall apart. I have friends and families depending on me, and I can't, I won't fail them. The sisters are my witness. Kazal. You know what? I'm going to leave the little banner up for now. Just because I don't want to keep forgetting to click it off and click it back on. My apologies for that. Not to worry. Using what I've learned from you, I'm sure I'll manage somehow. Well, I had best return to my village. My thanks again, and please take care on the road. Aww. Poor bud. Oh no! Oh no, I'm seeing somebody is hopping online right now. That can only mean one thing. Danger. Alright, let's go ahead and pop on over here to turn the quest in. And actually, before I start this quest chain, I'm going to apologize in advance. I'm going to go ahead and kick some music on, and I will be right back. There's some stuff I need to get taken care of. Let's throw this on. Alright, be right back. And we are back. Sorry about that. Whew. Alright, so we got the stream pulled back up. Just make sure everything's stopped. Yep, and we're back. Okay. Oh my gosh. So, while I was on break real briefly, anecdotal story super fast. I was requested by somebody for part of a New Year's party that I'm doing to do bourbon waffles. And so I thought, you know what? I'll give it a try. I'll make bourbon Belgium waffles. And I've never had bourbon before, and the stuff I got is 80 proof, which the higher the proofage of your alcohol is, the more of a kick it has. And I thought, you know what? I've never had bourbon before. Since I'm on break and the bottle's right here, I'm just gonna take a half of a shot just to try it, just to see what it's like. Oh my gosh, that stuff is a kick in the teeth. It is strong. And the thing is that it's Old Granddad, I believe is the name of the brand that I got. One moment. Oh, I like that sound. Old Granddad is a Kentucky style bourbon, and it's not bad, but it's extremely, like you can really taste the hops and everything in it. It's got a very earthy kind of wheaty taste to it, and it's just, oh, it's a lot. So, I am cracking open a seltzer right now to purge the taste out of my mouth. It's not a bad taste, I just don't think I would use it for anything other than cooking, so yeah. Whew, that was something. Alright, but let us continue on with MSQ. And it stopped raining, yay. There you are, gotten over your latest sickness, have you? I have. Urianger and Thancred, I'm not sure. Mayhap owing to the island's small size, the tower's impact upon people's lives doth appear more pronounced than in Eosia. Ooh, excuse me. Alright, Thancred. I see you've been busy. Managed to learn a tidbit or two, I trust. People aren't doing well, that's about it. I see. We have also heard that the tower is affecting many of the locals' livelihoods. But to think that it would be to such an extent. For another notable, if not wholly unexpected, discovery, disappearances and kidnappings are disturbingly commonplace. As before, the culprits certainly are almost the tempered imperial soldiers. And, as before, they mean to use the faith of their hapless thralls to call forth a lunar primal. Business as usual for the Telephoroi. Yeah, whatever. Helping a struggling fisherman you've just only met to peddle his catch. Yes, you would do something like that. What? I'm a helpful guy. Or cat gal, or whatever. Mayhap into... Okay, yeah. Thanks, Urianger, for stating the obvious again. That Matsaya fellow you were helping. He's Arkasodara, is he not? Apparently, 'tis almost exclusively his people that are being kidnapped. Should he be traveling alone? If summoning his perpetrator's aim, it doth stand to reason that Arkasodara would be their primary target, for 'tis the faith of their ancestors which prevaileth in land, and many are devout adherents still. We'd better go after him. Akiali lies to the west, as I recall. Same direction as Kral's acquaintance, incidentally. Of course it does. It's settled then. It's settled then. Keep your eyes peeled while we make for the village. Sure. Anyways, so, Kayatake, how you doing? Hope things have been going nicely for you today on a very chill New Year's Eve day. Can't fly! Oh, very nice. I actually ended up missing out on the Christmas event because I was aiming to get on yesterday. Things did not work out like I had hoped because we ended up running around like psychopaths to try and get errands for my grandmother done. So, that ended up making things go way longer than planned, but it's okay. I'll just hit it up next year. Let's see. You do not see Matsaya nearby, but the elevated ground ahead may provide a better vantage point. Ah, there's the tower. Turtles! Well, I don't think there's anybody else watching right now, but on the off chance anybody is watching other than Kayatake, then I hope everybody has a very safe and very excited / happy New Year's. Alright. Let's see. Do I look out? Yeah, whatever. We'll just do a lookout. I don't see Messiah from here either. No, leave me alone. Help! Somebody help! Uh-oh. Oh, I got on the wrong map. That's okay. I have to use the ether compass and frickin'... Hi there! Oh crap, I don't have my keyboard set up. Or my mouse set up. Crap. Just gonna have to do this the old-fashioned way. No current shortcuts in the current expansion. No, really? You can't fly in the current expansion? That's dumb. Nope. Come on, mouse. Ah, there it goes. Sweet. Alright. Hi, friend. Hi, Matsaya. It's okay, buddy. We're here to help. Can I offer you a peanut in these trying times? Huh? Where did they go? Why are you here? Well, we were traveling through. You can fly, but you have to get all the currents. You don't get the shortcuts, only getting a few from less expansion. Ah, I see what you're saying. Well, that's unfortunate. You and your friends came looking for me? I don't know how to thank you. On my way home, I took a moment to stop and rest. Think about what to do about, well, everything. And then those men came. Kidnappers. We heard that the Arkasodara were being targeted. Surely you have as well? Perhaps it's best if you took refuge in the city. We've considered it, me and the others, but fishing is all we know. The ocean is all we have. I see. That's your decision to make, but you should take care not to travel alone. They're slightly dopey looking, but they're kind of cute. A question, if I may. Ooh-hoo? 'Tis our understanding that strange fiends have emerged from the tower. What canst thou tell us of these beings? Not much, I'm afraid. I have no idea what they are. But I've heard that some bear an unsettling resemblance to our divinities. Let's see. 15 per area, 5 from quests, and 10 from exploration. Yay! Aether currents! It's my favorite! It's not my favorite thing to do. That's fine. I'll just get working on it before I leave the questing area. Actually, I might just wait until I get MSQ done, and then I'll go back at the end of MSQ to go back and get everything. I love how in these scenes you can see the tower in the background, very honest. I kind of like that it makes him look like a little derpy unicorn. Except it's a derpy unifent. I don't know how to describe. I don't know, it just looks great. Let's see what else. Yep, there it is. There he is. For that reason, some have taken to calling the tower Zot. House of Divinities into the old tongue, it means. No, I don't know if that's what that means, buddy. But they're not true divinities, the monstrous imitations that only bring death. To have one's face so twisted is a grievous indignity, and thus justified art thou in thine outrage. Know that 'tis for no other purpose but to neutralize the tower that we have journeyed to this land. In time, we may be forced to contend with these false gods, and thus we would learn all that we may about them. Wilt thou not lend thus thy knowledge of thine divinities and their true nature? You've come all this way to save us? Really? To think I had you peddling fish. It's fine. But to answer your question, yes, of course. We would gladly tell you about our gods. No? We, I say, because I'm a terrible storyteller, and I'd ask my fellow villagers to do so. So please come to our village. We're good, gods-fearing folk, all of us, and we're honored to share our knowledge. And fish! God-fearing folk. So we're going to an Amish village. Good to know. Also, it sounds like the audio, or it looks like the audio is barely coming through. I'll fix that. Yeah. We'll finish up this cutscene and then I'll fix it. Wonderful! Just follow the road west and down the hill. You can't miss it! Whee! So, 'tis the simulacra of the Vanarian gods that are being summoned. If any doubt existed before, there can be none now. The kidnapped Hashin, or the kidnapped Hanish, are imprisoned in the tower. I pray that we'll be able to save them. Nope, they gon' get the big suck and then they all gon' die. Though indeed, saving them will mean confronting their false gods, like as not. Aye, as you said, we do well to study their religious traditions. To Ayaki. Or Akaila? I didn't read it well enough. Alright, let me turn the sounds up, because it looks like it's barely coming... Ooh, excuse me. It looks like it's barely coming through. That looks a little better. Cool. The only real trick is that whenever if I were to ever pull up Discord and start chatting for some reason, I feel like that's not going to come through as well. Here we go! I love the Chocobo theme. Pretty much always good. Also, I love how there's elephants, like actual factual wild elephants, and there's elephant people. Like, I don't know how the heck that math works out, but okay. Akiali. That's the name of the village. Okay. Alright, let's see what everyone's up to. Ooh, excuse me. Familiar though I am with the myths and legends of this island, to hear them spoken by heirs to this storied heritage giveth them new life. Sure, I can catch a few fish if I make the boat out, but I've got nowhere to sell them. And even though I do what I can to preserve them, they all end up doing is filling my storehouses instead of filling my pockets. Yeah, that's understandable. A charming little village. Shame about that hideous tower. Yeah, just a bit. I'm boss. Welcome to our village, traveler. Is there anything I can help you with? Who are you? I am a fisher, and a good one at that. I'll reel you in the biggest catch of the open sea. Or something smaller by the shore if you prefer. Your choice. Now, if only I were as skilled with a rudder as I am with a net. Some days I find it myself so far from the shore that I miss the mooring rush at the bazaar. This is the fishing village of Akiali. You can think of it as the fisher's Yedelmad, which is perhaps not as helpful analogy for foreigners. Of course, we've had few merchants coming to either port city since that horrible tower appeared. Not to mention the kidnappings. Ugh. Alright, thanks. Alright, Estinian, my man, what have you got to say? What deep words of insight and wisdom have you got? Mark you that platform out on the water. Some manner of shrine, perhaps? Okay. Aww, is the aura hot? I mean, there's water there. Go take a dip, bucko. Alright, Messiah, what you got to say? I'm all ears.
Welcome to Akiali, my friend. The name means white beach, and there isn't much here to save that. But please make yourself at home. Your companions have already begun to talk to everyone. Feel free to show yourself around and do the same. Anyone who could tell you about our gods? But you could do worse than to start with Kagana and old Hatsvedai. Or Hatsveda.
Hatsveda? Is that like Hot Vader or something? Is there Darth Vader in like a two-piece around here or something? What's the deal?
They're free at the moment as it happens.
Well, they're free at the moment. Your village can't sell fish. I would hope they're free. Alright, are you Hot Darth Vader? No, you're just an Aura dude. Come here. One moment. Apologies, I had to hack up a lung. Interested in learning about the gods, you say? That's what I like to hear. Prick your ears then and listen, young whippersnapper. In ancient times, the Manusya and the Murga, deities who look like men and beasts, respectively, were locked in conflict. Eventually, seeking the wisdom of Mansuya, the Murga cast aside their own heads and took up those of their foes. Likewise, the Manusya coveted the might of the Murga, and so they too resolved to trade heads. Thus were born new gods possessed of both might and wisdom, and they ushered in the age of harmony between the two factions. From then on, as a sign of their esteem for one another, the Manusya worn animal faces, and the Murga the limbs of men. That is an interesting mythology. I always find mythology to be very fascinating whenever you start looking into it, because you have crazy stories like that. Kind of like how Zeus turned into a goose and banged a woman to have a kid and then flew off. Yeah, anyway. Hi, Kanga. You wish to know about our gods? What a curious visitor you are. Most want fish. Well, in any case, I'm happy to oblige. Now, I don't know how it is whence you hail, but our isle is home to many gods. They can be divided into two groups. The Mansuya. You don't have to put anything over it. I can hide the chat window in-game, Keitake, but the things I might want to be able to read in here, so that's why I haven't gotten rid of the window altogether, because I can still type in here whatever I want, and if I need to chat with someone in-game, I can do it, but I'm just kind of putting the little window over there so that way it doesn't, you know, show something on there I don't want it to. I'm going to leave it like this for now, because I don't mind. Let's see. They can be divided into two groups. The Manusya, beings of wisdom who assume the form of men, and the Murga, beings of might who assume the form of beasts. Together they are divinities, their forms and personalities many and varied. Some are kind and gentle, others stern and temperamental, just like we mortals can be. All are possessed of great insight and experience, and by heeding their teachings,
What the heck is this music?
What the heck is this music? Okay. Sorry, I got so thrown by the dog barking with the frickin' mandala, it threw me for a loop. Anyway, there you are.
There you are. Learn a thing or two about the gods, I trust?
Yep.
While you were off talking to the others, I remembered something that may be of interest. If you could let your friends know, I'll go and fetch it from my home at once.
Yeah, oh, okay. So, we've got a bunch of different gods and stuff. Let's see what's up.
Apologies for the wait. I wish to show you this hanging scroll which depicts 3 of our most revered deities.
By all means, we should like to see it.
Okay. Here you go. They are Mansuya. You've heard about them already, yes? 3 sisters.
It's the Beelzebub sisters, okay. Okay.
The center one is the eldest, Cinderuva, the goddess of wisdom. For this, alchemists hold her in the highest. To her right, the middle sister, Sunduruva. As the goddess of wealth, she counts many traders amongst her followers. And the one on the left is Mundaruva, the youngest sibling. She presides over the crafts and so is beloved by weavers. Although each is worshipped for different reasons, the sisters are usually portrayed together in these works, which people keep in their homes for good fortune.
In like fashion to the Manutians, the deities of Yosia preside over myriad aspects of life. And what of the Murga, if I may ask?
The Murga hold power over nature. In ages past, they were revered as guardian deities in times of conflict. If you have occasion to visit our temples and ruins, you'll find their images there. Among them is a god who possesses a gauch's head, and he is venerated as the progenitor of the Arkasodara. And then there are dragons. They occupy a special place in our history.
You worship dragons too?
It's said that an ancestor of the satrap, that's the ruler of Ratzadon, forged a covenant with a dragon divinity in ancient times. This divinity has since acted as the guardian deity of the satrap. Legends hold that, if ever the satrap is needed, his dragon ally will fly to his aid. Woo!
Dragon ally. Oh, this has got Estinian interested. You claim to be a terrible storyteller. Nothing could be further from the truth. That passion you bear for your faith is plain to hear. I'm confident that the information you've given us will serve us well in our efforts to deal with the tower.
That is very kind of you to say. Thank you. I will pray for your success.
And hope you don't get mugged out of the village. Right, I believe it's time we sought out Kral's acquaintance. An alchemist by the name of Nidhana. According to Kral's notes, we were to find a place at an area called the Great Work, further north along the coast. Cool. Nice. Starting to get the taste of that bourbon out of my mouth, but got some more water here too, so hopefully that'll help. Aww, he's so happy! He looks like he's on weed right now with this, but he's got a shine in his eyes that wasn't there before.
Did you say you need to go to Nidhana? Oh, how I envy you. She's brilliant and beautiful, kind and understanding. Did I say she's beautiful?
Ooh, Elephant Boy's got a crush. Elephant Boy's got a crush.
I could stare at her dainty ears and adorable trunk all day. And those eyes. When you meet her, take care you don't drown in them.
Wow, he's got a serious crush. Okay. Tally ho, let's go say hi. Oh wow, we got a ways to go. North of the beach, so let's just follow on the beach. Alright. So, just as a game plan explanation, I'm probably going to be on here for another 3-ish hours. I would very much like to get through the quest zone here and put a little bit of work into the next one. So that way I can go ahead and get further into the MSQ and kind of start knocking that out if I can. But I am stopping long enough to celebrate New Year's with family if they're still up. Otherwise, get to bed before midnight, because I have been struggling to do that for some reason here lately. Which, of course, does not help the fact that I'm still trying to get over a sickness. You know, I want to get up and not get down with the sickness. Wait, do we go into the giant cave or the building? I guess the cave? Oh, this is just an overpass, it's not a cave. Okay. Oh, no! Well, that's not good. If there was a battle, there's a conspicuous lack of blood. In such manner did we find them. What could have befallen these people? They're on a massive acid trip right now. What in the world? They're on a massive acid trip, I'm calling it now.
What happened here?
Their dress marks them as alchemists. I see no evidence of injury or poison.
Thinkest thou they but slumber?
I believe so. Whether it is by choice is another question entirely.
Oh, we have guests. You must excuse the poor welcome. Long days and longer nights have taken their toll, as you can see.
You look like a shitbag. I feel like you're doing something mean.
I am Vashan, servant to the satrap. My task was, in fact, to wake these good men and women, if you will allow.
Why do I not believe you?
People of the great work, I come bearing new scales.
Scales? We have new scales?
What?
Yes, my friends. Gather round. I have them right here.
Oh, happy day. Now I can continue my experiment.
What the f-
Many thanks.
One for me.
Those are dragon scales.
Not it.
Yes, such materials are vital to their most pressing research.
And we are fortunate to have them. Our experiments are so close to bearing fruit.
About to go on a real acid trip.
Soon we will have a talisman capable of nullifying the etheric emissions from that accursed tower. Did I say something wrong? Are you not here with Varshan? Wait, who are you people? Of course! You're the one Kryl sent. The warrior of light we've been waiting for.
Ah, this is a day of celebration. Praise be to Cinderova.
The winds have shifted. I feel it. The end to our toil is near.
I have an uncomfortable feeling about this.
I feel it too. My head hasn't been this clear in days.
Tell me, how did you acquire those scales?
curious that it concerns you so.
Curious that you little shit, are not saying anything.
But worry not. They were freely given by the dragon with whom our satrap has forged a lawful pact.
That is well.
You must be quite familiar with Dragonkin, yes?
Is this their congealed blood I see on your weapon?
Speaking of dragon blood, you yourself have been infused with it, have you not? I should like to draw a file or two, if so. Now, see here. Come along. I must insist that you visit our laboratory.
Cease your shoving, or so help me.
Oh dear, your poor companion. What with the new scales and your timely arrival, my colleagues are a little giddy with excitement.
Just a bit, you say?
No harm will come to him, I promise. Meanwhile, shall we find a quiet place to talk?
Yes,
As
please.
you may have guessed, I am Nidana, the alchemist who sent a request to your mistress Cryle. We have workshops across the nation collaborating on this research project. But it is here, at the Great Work, where I collate our results. Come with me, all of you, and I can explain the crux of the situation.
I don't trust you. There's something about you, I do not trust you. Something about this kid as he walked up and his attitude just has me like, Trust you about as far as I can spit on you. A tuning! Cool. Okay. Ah, crap. I'm gonna need to step away for just a moment here soon. I don't know why my throat has really been bothering me, and I'm not happy about it. Alright, cool. Everything's fixed. Carry on my wayward son. Pray, baby, no mind. I am here that I may observe. Nothing more. I don't trust you, kid. Something about you is off. 'Tis said that shellfish is ideal for those who may have suffered blood loss. Mayhap we should acquire some from Matsaya. Ha! Yeah. Estinian's gonna need like a truckload of those when he's done. Oh, for the days when I enjoyed such fervent adoration. On this occasion, I am glad to entrust the burden of popularity on Estinian. Yeah, I think so as well. Alright, Nidhana, what's up? Or Nidana, my bad. Allow me to thank you for answering our call. Many towers have appeared around the world, and we are grateful that you would assist us with ours. Though Krya herself is tied up with another investigation, Akima is an eminently, wow, I cannot English today, is an eminently capable substitute, and we will spare no effort to aid you. So, if I understand, you seek to make talismans that can nullify etheric emissions. Indeed we do. As you know, the tower emits vast concentrations of ether. One cannot go anywhere near it without being tempered. As such, we can only study the tower from afar, and are powerless to deal with it in any consequential way. Wow! Would you believe me if I said English is my first language? Because it sure as hell doesn't sound like it, does it? Yikes, alright. In order to strike back, the satrap bade us alchemists create enchanted talismans. Talismans that will allow our soldiers to venture into the tower, even should they lack innate protection. Could such a thing be possible? Admittedly, we are still in the midst of testing, but we are quite confident. Even prior to this, our people have long pursued countermeasures against the etheric corruption of primals. Of the methods tested to date, those utilizing dragon scales provide the most promising. Owing to their etheric density, the scales are highly resistant to disruptive forces. The mightier the dragon, the greater the resistance. We seek to amplify this protective property through our alchemy. Thanks to the scales provided by His Excellency, we have been able to make steady progress with the talismans. Soon we will be... Wait, hold on, time out. His Excellency. That's not the king, is it? Anyway, soon we will be ready to conduct a field test. And here is where you and your blessing of light come in. Better than having my blood drawn, I guess. Aha, perhaps so. And knowing my colleagues, they won't be satisfied with blood alone. Oh, God! Hey, Estinian, here's a jar. Fill it up. They're talking about the leader of Rats who made the pact with the dragon. Okay, I thought they were talking about the kid there. I was about to say, that cannot be. That can't be the king. Anyway, but as for your task, we ask only that you serve as an escort. I'll explain in greater detail later, but you will venture into the tower's field of influence. And so, for your own safety, I would first test how well your blessing shields you. With permission, of course. How well it shields me. In that case, Uriange and I will find other ways to make ourselves useful. Seeing as you all work to the point of collapse, I suspect you could do with more hands. We would be grateful for any assistance you can provide. Nice. Okay. I don't trust you. I don't. If you are ready, then let us put your blessing to the proof. If you exit the Great Work and turn south, there will be a hill to the right. I will meet you at the top after seeing to some preparations. Good luck in the test. I shall remain here to assist other alchemists. I don't like you. You know what? Why not? Let's go forward and back and put 1 foot forward. Well met, traveler. Might interest you in Chocobo Porter? Single-handedly, the best financial decision I've ever made is to get this mount. I love it. A drunken Deepa? What the heck? You see a lantern designed in the local style. Okay. I hope you didn't have any trouble finding this place. Or climbing the hill. Weird flex, but okay. Okay, no. I'm saying that a lot of people will dunk on people that went out and bought that mount. You can dunk on me all you want. I don't care. I love it. I love the fact that it plays the Cruise Chaser theme. I love that it transforms. I love that it's a multi-seater mount. I am happy that I bought it. Alright. I hope you didn't have any trouble finding the place. Or climbing the hill. Not all are come to the physical strain. Lady, I slayed shadow gods, okay? I think that I'm fine. Well, me personally sitting in the chair playing this game, probably not so much, but my warrior of light absolutely is fine. I give you the fruit of our sweat, tears, and many sleepless nights. The drunken Deepa. A Deepa is a lantern presented to the gods as an offering. Taking inspiration from the tradition,
We created this device to test the talisman's efficiency. Upon activation, it will move a certain distance before emitting a powerful blast of ether. In lieu of corruption, those lacking sufficient protection will experience severe ether sickness. For your test, you will be exposed 4 times. That should be enough to ascertain your blessing's protective capabilities. Please begin whenever you're ready. I should be observing from a safe distance. Alright, so this thing's gonna blow up in my hands. Wait, what the frick?
Commencing etheric exposure testing. Repeat. Commencing etheric exposure testing. Retreat to a safe distance if you are not the subject.
Alright, follow it and try not to fall behind. Whoa, holy crap. It's a frickin' hopping lantern. What the hell? Is Jacques gonna start singing Be Our Guest or something?
Readying ether, please stand by. Be our guest, be our guest. Put your taste buds to the test.
Okay. Target is preoccupied. Oh, do it says and stay back, you're too close. Okay. Oh, okay. Okay. You're struck by a blast of ether but suffer no ill effects. Cool. I gotcha.
Subject has no irrepressible urge to empty their stomach. Confirmed. Resuming test, please follow.
Oh my gosh. Alright, I want this thing as a companion now. And all I'm gonna do is find whatever the nearest ballroom is that has like a banquet table. I'm gonna run up and down the banquet table, record this thing going along, and I'm just gonna sing Be Our Guest.
Readying ether, please stand by.
Alright, backing up. There it goes.
Warning, discharging ether.
Yep, I'm fine.
Subject stomach and bowel integrity holding. Confirmed. Resuming test. Please follow.
I almost want to put Be Our Guest on in the background, but the second I do that, it's going to get copyright stricken, so I'm not going to do it. I don't even know if what I said so far is going to get me copyright stricken. I don't think it will because it's freaking Twitch. Alright, one more time. Okay, we're good. Huh! You are struck by yet another powerful blast of ether, but suffer no ill effects. The blessing of light appears to be keeping you safe from harm.
Subject fortitude rated impressive. No irregularities confirmed. Resuming test. Please follow and brace for final discharge.
Really? There's another one? Oh, okay. Alright, little guy. There you go. Backing up. Do. Okay. Huh.
Ether exposure test concluded. Please collect and deliver me to the supervising alchemist. Congratulations on retaining the composure and your humors.
Alright. Hi, Nitana. Ah, you've returned, and not on your knees. A promising sign. But come, let me take the Deepa off your hands. A drunken Deepa. Having exhausted all its ether, the drunken Deepa is now having a well-earned rest. Here you go. Thank you. I should have plans this ether for when we test the talisman. So, no dizziness or nausea or anything of the sort? You feeling perfectly fine? Yeah, so far. Then the strength of your blessing is beyond doubt. There is no risk that the tower can or will corrupt your ether. With this, we can test your aid for the task ahead with ease. Cool. Ha! Nidhana regards you with those eyes you could drown in. You're a capable warrior too, are you not? Would you be amenable to assisting me with another errand? You see, our talismans require the use of a special ink, but we have exhausted our stores of a key ingredient for it, spirit weed. The herb grows not far from here, I'd like to go harvest some. With the recent spate of kidnappings, however, we Arkasotara travel alone at our peril. Will you not come with me as my escort? I would compensate you for your troubles. Yeah, I don't mind. I am in your debt. Without further ado, let us head to Kajaya's Footstep. It is situated on the road which runs east of the Great Work. I mean, alternately, you could describe it to me and I could collect it. I've done like 1,000 fetch quests in my day. But, whatever. Oh, what am I doing? No, we ride the real mount. Here we go. Love this. Oh, it's getting overcast. Hi, Nidana. I may be simply mentioning it, but I feel as though we're being followed. Nope. It might have been a minute since I played this game, but I know what I'm doing still. Nice. Nice try. Cause, but that gave me a fright. To think the moment I ventured outside the safety of the work. Thank the sisters I've been asking you to come with me. You alright, I hope? I slay chumps like that for breakfast. You kidding me? Good, good. Let us continue on then. It isn't far now, just through these pillars and up the rise. You should let me come with you. Whatever. What the heck? A Pasaka, interior alligator crocodile. Oh my gosh, what the heck? I gotta fight these things? Alright, Nidana. And here we are, Kajaya's Footsteps. Kajaya was a great dancer, and those who follow in her... well, you know. I getcha, whatever. They come to this place to train and dedicate their dance to their ancestors. A happy benefit of this is that spirit weed grows here in abundance. I was sent about harvesting it once, if you would be so kind as to stand guard. The kidnappers are to return soon, but better safe than sorry. Yep. I'll get the orbs as quick as I can. Please stand guard for me.
Yep. We are gonna get in a fight, probably with the local wildlife, though. Oh, that is beautiful.
That would be Radz-at-Han. Hardly anyone has been allowed in or out since our troubles with the tower began. The faithful citizens huddle inside the city walls, and commerce has all but ground to a standstill. I pity the satrap, the trials he must be facing.
Who is the satrap?
Well, he is the most important person in Radz-at-Han. Long ago, this island was home to two tribes of Matanga, the Gajasura and the Arkasodra. When the Aura came to these shores, it was the Arkasodra with whom they joined forces. Together they defeated the warlike Gajasura, forcing them to flee Thavnair altogether. Peace and prosperity reigned for a time, until a clan of Hjord from the mainland decided they wanted the island for themselves. It was a direct ancestor of the present satrap who arbitrated that conflict and welded the warring factions into the nation we know today. And ever since, a member of that esteemed lineage has inherited this somewhat unique position. You see, by and large, the state is run by the people, but when problems arise, it is the satrap who mediates a solution. The stability provided by the satrap is what has allowed Radz-at-Han to thrive all these years. And it was the satrap himself who entrusted us with this duty. We will not fail him, nor our countrymen.
It's kind of funny how grim everything looks because of the
What is
overcast.
the delay with the vessel? I told you I need to adjust those ratios.
Oh,
I come all this way to admire one of my splendid towers, and what do I find? Fools attempting to ward off its tempering influence with magic trinkets. I seem to recall a similar experiment in ages past. What was that man's name? Oh, something. Owen?
Another body, another time. Who could be expected to remember every trivial detail?
Allowing them to construct such handy talismans would be counterproductive to my plans. And yet, I find myself deathly curious. How will they manage this feat with the limited knowledge and resources at their disposal?
throwing out references like nobody's business. I don't even remember. So I know who Fandaniel is possessing right now. I don't know what he's referencing off the top of my head, though. Another body, another time. I don't know. I can't think of it off the top of my head. I can't think of anything. Anyway.
Complications be damned, for we cannot escape the nature of our souls. And I, as ever, am my own worst enemy.
So is he just gonna let it happen, or is he gonna be a dickbag and actually do something?
I have enough spirit weed to last us a good while. Thank you for keeping watch. Let's head back.
So can I just go straight back? I can. Well, as a wise man once said, fuck this shit, I'm out. Alright. How long have we been streaming? Oh, we're already an hour in. Damn. Time flies. Alright. I'm gonna go ahead and turn this quest in, and then I'm gonna need to step away for another minute more. I do apologize, folks. I just... not feeling great. I need to get water. I'm probably gonna get some cough drops. Do some stuff like that. So, I'm gonna go ahead and turn this in. Akima, my thanks again for your assistance. With your help, we were a little bit closer to completing our talismans. This isn't much, but please accept it as a token of my gratitude. It's fine. I don't need money. I appreciate anything I can do to help you. Just get me through MSQ, and that's all I want. Little does Nidana know she's about to send you on another errand. What a surprise. If you will excuse me, I shall return to my work on the talismans. Ah, you're back. Excellent. I have a message from you, Mistress Nidana. It would seem our stores of giant skull are running low. What? But when I last looked, there was still plenty. I suspect that was before Urianger told everyone about their tempering cure, and instead shared his knowledge about dragons. Your peers have since been inspired to fashion a number of new talisman prototypes. Ah, I see. Well, if it leads to new possibilities, then far be it for me to complain, but we will need to replenish our stores. I should be happy to attend to this if you like. As much as I appreciate the offer, my dear boy, I can't in good conscience send you out there alone while kidnappers are at large. Akima, loath I am to press another task from you so soon, but I ask you to fetch the giant skull. In case you're not familiar, giant skull is a type of ore found on the island. Owing to its hardiness and the ethereal conductivity, it has applications in many disciplines, alchemy not least of all. The quarry where it is found, aptly named Giant Skull Grounds, isn't far, so it shouldn't take much time at all to find. May we impose you once more? Nah, I'm fine. Cool. Again, if it advances MSQ, I don't care. Thank you. Upon arriving at the grounds, please seek out a man named Zainuha. He will furnish you with the ore. Okay, well, I'll just go on a retreat. At the very least, permit me to accompany you. It so happens I have an errand to run on my own that will take me to the outpost nearby. May we borrow a pair of Hamsa, Mistress Nidana? By all means. Do try to be patient with them. Those that survive are still in training. I will bring the Hamsa to the entrance. Meet me there when you are ready. Alright. That actually is perfect timing. I should be talking to all the other people in here because I know that you get like lots of little extra lore and in-depth insight into the world while you do it, but I just can't be bothered, man. I'm trying to get MSQ done. And I'm already 83. I'm probably over-leveled anyway. And I'm over-geared. I know that for a fact. Yeah, 527. I just need to upgrade... What, that's 500, 530, 530, 530, 530, 530, 530, 530, 530, 530, 530. I just need to level, like, one singular piece of gear and I'll be good. Ah! I see we're going to be riding Dodo soon. Either way, I apologize, folks. Once again, I will be right back. Give me one moment. And sorry about that, I'm back. It looks like we've had some interesting stuff happen while I was away. Apparently, my moderator doing the moderator thing. Thank you very much. Perfect timing. Alright, so we are back. You've got the power! Put the hammer down. Out of curiosity, was they trying to like externally link to some kind of site or something, or what was the deal with that? Let's see. Here are our Hamsa, Akima. If the creatures look familiar... It was a bot by viewers / followers. Ah, much appreciated for you getting rid of them then. Thank you. Here are our Hamsa, Akima. If the creatures look familiar, it's because they are close kin to your Eorzean dodos. Yes, I can tell. Hamsa have long been kept as livestock in Thavnair, and many a hatchery may be found here. Alas, the largest of these were recently raised by monsters from the tower. On account of the hatchery being situated near the tower, the Radiant Host repurposed its remnants as an outpost. That is where my errand takes me, as your own destination is but a stone's throw away. If you have no objections, let us first make to our outpost. Set forth at your word. Oh, let's go. You ready? Let us depart. You need only ride and relax. My bird and I will take the lead to yours to follow. Let us be off. If you haven't ridden dodos before, be warned that they are a wobbly gait. I can tell! Oh my gosh! Akima's just lady spreading there for everyone. Bird up! That spectacular formation stretching over the water is called Kagdagana, a word which means sword. This sword, legend holds, was wielded by the Mansuya against the Murga before it was cast down at the end of the conflict. Interesting lore lesson. To the left, and requiring no introduction, is the tower. As you can see, it straddles a small island. Almost there. Though the main part of the hatchery is atop the cliff, the outpost itself is on the beach. As long as I don't get aggro from one of the random NPCs around here. God, that is so awkward. I almost feel like saying, man, where's the gynecologist when you need him? Oh my god. The legs are spread wide there. Nice. Okay. And here we are, manned by the Radiant Host. This outpost is our first line of defense against the tower. What the heck? It's just a giant fog bank. Well, well, who should it be but young Vashan? On an errand for the satrap? I am. His Excellency bade me come to collect your report. He also wishes to express his heartfelt gratitude to the brave men and women of the Radiant Host for their unflagging dedication. We simply do our duty, but we are honored to receive His Excellency's regard. And yet, for this boundless benevolence, his treatment of one so young could be regarded as callous. Though we have enjoyed relative peace and calm these past few days, this remains the front line of battle, not a place for children. Your predecessor too often traveled alone. It's been, what, 2 years now since you took over? I wonder how the fellow is faring. I like their armor sets. Don't think you can get him though. Yeah, they do look pretty cool, but to me, I think it's just a variation on some of the Dragoon sets. That might be like artifact gear for the Dragoons. They've even got the spear and everything. Like those before him, he went on to represent the satrap in foreign lands. Wherever he may now be, I'm certain he is well. As for myself, I can assure you that all I do on my own volition, and gladly. I pray you do not think ill of His Excellency. Certainly not, lad. Whatever happens, my faith in the satrap is unwavering. But still I worry for you. We would be overcome with sadness if something were ever to befall you, for you are like a little brother to us all. Take care now, do you hear? I will, Nabdim. Thank you. And who might this be? Not Hanish by the look of her. Permit me to introduce you to Akima Kaiser of the Eorzean contingent, come to assist in the making of the talismans. From Eorzea, you say? Towers appeared over there too, yes? Tell me, what is the situation like? I mean, it's not as bad. May I suggest that you exchange information with our soldiers? Both parties would stand to learn of some value, I believe. Hey, you know what? Yeah, I'm happy with that. An excellent idea. Given the unprecedented nature of the threat, some of ours are understandably unorthodox. We'll gladly share any tidings that you can. You two, bring Varshan the latest report and answer any questions he may have. Yeah, I'm almost positive they're just wearing Dragoon sets and they're just Reese colors. I don't know what set, I feel like it's an older one, but I don't think it's anything fancy. Imhudi. Ah, I've heard about you, the visitor from Eorzea. Is there anything you can tell us about the Telephoroi? We know that they're the ones behind the towers and they've declared war on the whole world. But why are they doing this? What is it they want? This we don't understand. Oh god! 2 hours later. What? They want to die? And take everyone with them? What is this madness? This is Sparta! Well, you can bet that we won't let those bastards have their way. We'll fight them with everything we have, like our Eorzean and Far Eastern brothers. Damn right, buddy. Ominous tower in the distance, covered up completely by fog. Kutiyu. You wish to know about the towers? To be honest, we know little and less about it ourselves. The Tower of Zot, as the people have taken to calling it, suddenly appeared where it did on the Isle of Narunair. We're safe from its influence at this distance, but to go far into the water and you'll expose yourself to its corrupting ether. You're a foreigner, aren't you? How are they dealing with the towers in your homeland? Pretty shit. We're trying to figure it out as well. Our struggles are not unique, and our hope still lies with the talismans. We must keep the monster concentrated constrained until we can figure it out. My bad. Alright, Nabdeen. It occurs to me I've yet to properly introduce myself. We are the Radiant Host, a military order under the Satrap's command. Our duty is to preserve peace in the land, be it patrolling the streets or dealing with the heretofore unknown threats such as now. We train hard and admit only capable warriors of our ranks. Even so, we've struggled to contend with the fiends of the tower. Though we succeed in striking them down on the occasion until they came in force, we had to pay a heavy price. What of the towers of Eorzea? Do they likewise spawn monsters? Yeah, primals. Such is the same everywhere. With every nation struggling, we cannot expect to call for outsiders to answer our aid. Alright. That is awesome. I know that is not a Dragoon headgear. That is completely unique. The rest of the set, I bet you can probably get something close, but that headpiece is badass. It would be nice if they released it in game. Finished speaking with the soldiers, have you? I hope it was enlightening for you as it was for them. As a neutral nation and trading hub, both Radisson ordinarily receives a steady stream of news from abroad. Alas, this stream has dried up when trading vessels stopped coming. Amidst the dearth of information, everyone would be grateful for your account. But come, you have best to see your original errand. As mine will keep me here a while longer, however, I'm afraid I cannot guide you the rest of the way. Worry not, the path is straightforward. You need but follow the road east. Up the Hamsa, you will find it before you know it. Brief though it was, I enjoyed our time together. Till we meet again. I'm gonna bet and say he is actually like the king or something in disguise, or he's like the new king in disguise, or he is the new king and people just don't realize how young he is, or he's a little shit. It's one of the two. Oh god, I'm gonna ride the dodo. Huh. Mount the Hamza. Now for the awkward waddle. Admittedly, this music's got quite a beat to it. I gotta respect it. Oh Lord, he coming! I'm actually mildly tempted to put the stupid Dr. Halsey song in the background. The dun 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 dun. Because this bird is as thick as Dr. Halsey is, that's for sure. My gosh. That's so awkward. No sooner do you arrive at your destination than the Hamsa dashed off. That's fine. Kitchener. We have to work to get nice and early here. Or we have to get to work nice and early here. After all, the sun's rays are far too strong at midday to get work done, although that doesn't stop us from being made to work till dusk anyway. Of course, once we've dug deep enough, I bet it'd be all lovely and cold down there. Wonder if there isn't something we could do to speed things up. Not sure what to tell you. Afaraz. Something tells me you're not here to buy giant skull. Pity. What is it then? I'm a stonemason here at the quarry, just like my father before me. It's dangerous work, but I take pride in providing Thavnir with the quality giant skull we fame for. As not gathered, this place is where the quarry giant skull. It's sturdy and conducts ether like no other stone, so it makes fine armor and weapons. I direct you to the Lord Hamsa hatchery for lively sightseeing fair, but those nightmares from the tower destroyed it. It's only a matter of time before that happens here too, like as not. Current! We're getting it. We're getting it. I'm not doing MSQ until I get it. We're getting it. Alright. Sploosh. Please tell me I can get up from here. Yes, excellent. Alright, Zenua. Aye, this is indeed the giant skull grounds, and I am Zenua. Is there something you require? Picking up a shipment. Giant skull for the alchemist, you say? But of course, they shall have it. Their labor tirelessly to deal with the tower, and 'tis the least we can do to provide them with the materials they need. Yay! Here you are, a sack of pure giant skull. We always set some aside for our alchemist friends. Yay! When you deliver it, let the good folk of the great work know that we are grateful for their efforts. If they need more, they need but ask. As always, allow me to simply say, fuck this shit, I'm out. Alright, Nidana. Ah, welcome back. Do I hope you have the giant skull? A hempen sack filled to the brim with chunks of the purest giant skull. Hand it over. Oh my, such fine specimens. Thank you for bringing me these. We now have everything we need to make our next prototype, one that should be capable of passing our most rigorous tests. When it is ready, it will be time for the true test, so please take your ease while you can. Cutscene! Random stranger walking by in the background of a cutscene. Aw, we're walking on the shoreline. How pretty.
I see our taskmasters have allowed you a moment's respite as well.
Hi! Hey, Estinian, how are you doing?
You have to hand it to these alchemists. They are determined to see this endeavor of theirs succeed. I've never been one for blind optimism, but I sincerely get the sense they're close to a breakthrough.
They had better be, or all this effort was for naught.
The peoples of Eorzea, of the Far East, of Thavner, children of this star united in common cause against a dire threat. Yet ere they succumbed to suicidal madness, were not the Telophoroi born of her body as were we? They who cling to life and the promise of the morrow's dawn, against they who desire death and an ending of their own orchestration. The victors of this war alone will hold the right to answer the question of existence, of its meaning, and its worth.
My, awfully poetic, aren't you, Urianger?
Poetic and ominous to a fault. That said, if it's an existential debate in nature, then our arguments might not be as persuasive as you'd think. Fandaniel wants to die and take everyone with him in an orgy of pain and suffering. An utterly vile and unforgivable idea. And yet, when spat upon by fate and wailing in the deepest pit of despair, who among us can say they have not entertained similar thoughts? There are nights black as pitch, bereft of hope, and no words of comfort can reach you. And it's all you can do to grit your teeth and choke back the bile.
Someone must be speaking from experience. That's sad.
The more you see and suffer life's injustices, the more difficult they become to bear. Vengeance is nurtured in similar soil. Though your anger has a broader focus, the sentiment is much the same. A fervent desire to destroy others, to see them drown in torment, as you have.
That about sums it up. The will to endure is not always as strong as the urge to burn it all down and salt the earth. Survival be damned. It's a struggle, often close and brutal.
Indeed. Well, I, for one, shall pray survival proveth more appealing in the end.
I'd hope so.
Besides, our chances are much improved when we've the company of others committed to the cause of life. Our vengeful dragoon here is proof of that.
And the little shit is still around.
What is it? What did you see?
Fandaniel?
Fandaniel, are you sure? If he knows we've been working on a countermeasure.
It holds. The vessel holds! This is the one!
At long last!
That's not good.
Look! We have finally created a talisman strong enough to withstand our experiments. We've named it a warding scale for the time being. With this in your possession, your soul should be completely shielded from corruptive ether.
Afforded such protection, any one of us may approach the towers without fear. Thou hast mine admiration. 'Tis an invention of historical significance.
Yep, because he can also counter the corruption of primals, technically speaking.
Thank you for your kind words. But I would prefer you keep them unsaid until we test the talisman's efficacy in the field. It is for the next stage of our plan that we summoned you in the first place. To accompany me to the Tower of Zot.
Not you! That is a dumb decision! Why are we taking you?
Should the scale prove effective, as I very much hope it will, then you'll have little to do. But should the effect be weaker than anticipated, I must ask that you restrain me, or knock me senseless.
Oh, I'm gonna do the sassy answer. Oh, you needn't ask.
Either way, we are fortunate to have you with us.
Oh, she just ignored it, okay.
Nidana, are you certain you wish to do this?
These hands are ready to eat for everyone. Damn straight! Yeah, why are you, of all people, going?
If others are to trust our creations, then we must have faith in them first. And as the senior researcher, it falls to me to lead by example.
Oh my god, no. You sit back, let one of the poor grunts go with me, and we test it with them. Because you are important. She's gonna get taken. I'm calling it out.
Should I fail to return, then learn what you can from this attempt and apply it to the next. Our work must continue. Is that clear?
We'll keep an eye on the place while we're away. Assuming Fandaniel is lurking about, there's no telling what mischief he has in mind for us, or you. Be on your guard.
Shall we be on our way? I'll have one of the soldiers at the hatchery prepare us a boat, and we can set out from the northern shore. I'll see you there.
I love the comment. Yeah, you can always send a red shirt instead of the captain. I mean, it makes sense. I hate to be that guy, but considering one, her race is being targeted specifically for their, her race is being targeted specifically because they believe in the deities that are being summoned. What? Alright, whatever. Her species is being targeted specifically to summon the gods that are being, like, quote-unquote, mimicked. And other things, she's extremely important as far as, like, the research management goes. So why would she be the one to go? Makes no sense. I apologize as well. Apparently I did not get the Chocobo porter for this area. And to my misfortune, there is no Ethernet there, so I can't teleport to it. So we're doing this the long way. Transcendental. Exponential. Forward and back, and then forward and back, and then go forward and back, then put 1 foot forward. Masayoshi Soken did such an amazing job with the music for this game for so long. I would be sad if he ever quits. Alright, is there a porter around here? Doesn't look like it. Hopefully we don't have to come back here again. Or else I'll get very upsetty sketty. Alright. The satrap has granted you use of the boat. May it serve you well. This is a rather finer boat than I expected, but I won't complain. All that remains is to board me on our way. Oh, and if I should become corrupted, do not stay your hand. Of course, I pray it does not come to that, but you must protect yourself. Other alchemists could fulfill my role, but you and your blessing are one of a kind, and perhaps our only hope for toppling the tower. For all our sakes, do not hesitate to do what must be done, whatever that may be. Well, the longer I draw this out, the more nervous I become. Let's be off. This is really dumb. I'm just going to be the first to say that.
We should soon cross the threshold of the tower's influence. Any moment now. It's working! And you are still yourself? Then I'd like to see how it fares closer to the tower if we could.
Oh my gosh. Y'all are being so dumb! God damn it, I hate this. No! Get out of there!
So far, so good. The scale's protection appears to be holding. If we can just make it to the tower's entrance.
No! Back out now! Stop! Turn around! Stop! Stop! You're going too far! Stop! God damn it. She's too far away.
Praise be to the sisters, we made it! And the scale has proven itself to be everything we hoped.
Oh my god.
Now we can focus on production. Once we've equipped and returned with an entire survey team, this menace will soon give up its secrets.
Why are you standing all the way over there? I'm right here! What? I am sorry, this is the most predictable crap I have ever seen in my life. I am all the way where I am on the screen right here. She's all the way over there. I could not sprint and save her fast enough if something happens. And guess what? Guess what? Oh my god, it's so predictable! Oh my god. Oh, well, this is a problem. I don't know where the hell I'm going. Also, what the hell? Yikes.
Oh, let me go! Oh, let me go! Oh.
Oh, do calm down. You'll only hurt yourself thrashing about like that.
Stop! Oh, you can't do this! Please!
He can and he will. Idiot.
A little late for heroics, I'm afraid.
God damn it.
The similarities are striking.
What?
My! Such hostility! Never before has my artistry so displeased. My patrons of old would have positively squealed in delight, though, between you and me, I find gushing praise exhausting.
What the hell are you even talking about? Smoosh.
Allow me to tell you a story. Surely you've yet to hear the one about Van Daniel, the sundered Ascian.
Oh?
I inherited the position and the soul of the Van Daniel who sat on the convocation in the time of the final days, theoretically speaking.
Lord Domp, here we go! You know what, for this, I will cut this off.
Practically speaking, that fact is of no consequence. I was born and lived as, well, me. Eventually, I was recruited into the Ascians and imbued with the former Van Daniel's knowledge and memories, but I never felt that they were truly a part of who I am. How to explain? Perhaps if I told you who I was before my Ascian embrace, although that chapter too is a past I've long since discarded. I have it on good authority you've poked your nose into an Allegan ruin or two. Yes?
Uh-huh.
Then I expect you've heard of me. The old me.
At your service. Imagine a nation of unbridled prosperity. Every need met, day after day of unbroken, unshakable peace. Existence fulfilled and ripe for decay.
You are a genius without peer, Amon. How ever do you conceive of such delightful experiments? That fool was beside himself with panic when he awoke with the head of a bull. Even his cries for help emerged as so much guttural lowing. Oh, the memory of it. My poor sides. My friends and I were so consumed by laughter, we struggled to breathe.
No more than entertainment for bored wastrels ignorant of its worth. My all-consuming work. But it was not their only indulgence. For they were ever hungry for stimulation. Slaves to the slightest hint that amusement was afoot. Our nation was ailing, but I would see the poison purged. I resurrected a legend, our first and greatest emperor. And just as I had planned, he set our wayward empire back on the path of conquest. An inexhaustible ambition carried us onwards. Always onwards. Yet, he who delivered to us such glory was not to be satisfied.
Heed me, Armon. No matter how vast one's empire, or full one's treasure vault, all is rendered meaningless by death. In the end, all is lost.
You know as well as I that the Emperor stands to lose this war. And so I have come to claim you.
Ah, hi, Emmett Selk.
For while your methods leave something to be desired, we cannot deny the results of your work. And as fortune would have it, the seat of Van Daniel, your rightful seat, lies vacant and waiting. Take your place amongst your peers, rather than die a pointless death amidst the ashes of your doomed nation. Send one of your clones to the Crystal Tower that you might see for yourself. See what lies ahead.
I mean, he's not wrong.
The fall of the Empire affirmed the truth. Majestic and tragic, as the Emperor foresaw. Scheme as you like, build as you will, nothing endures. What is life but a brief jaunt ending in emptiness?
He left? Okay.
So easily distracted. Why, I almost left without saying farewell. As for your friend, you needn't worry. These pawns are far more useful to me alive as fuel for the primals. If you attempt to pull them free, they will die. So, enjoy tackling that conundrum with your comrades. We shall meet again! Not in one of these minor spires, oh no, but somewhere more suitably grandiose. Your favorite playmate is ever so eager to see.
Uh-huh. Why not go for the scale? Oh. Oh my gosh. Also, I do like how the scale is slightly reminiscent of the pictures from Shadowbringers. I think it's like imitating what's her name? Either way. I've returned, but where's Mistress Nidana? Captured. Manusia preserved, just when we had thought we'd succeed. What do you mean go get the scale? Who threw that bitch off the side? It's in the water! Just take a little swim, grab it, come back! Oh my gosh, anyway. I must report this at once, please. Meanwhile, return to the great work. Either that, or at least they have to go and replicate it. Ugh. And fuck Van Daniel. Anyway. Alchemist or Dancer? Interesting quest. I ain't doing the blue quest just yet, though. Again, I'll go back later when I need to get the stuff done and do that. Then. I think, Red, things went to shit. He even knew, too! Something's gone awry, hasn't it? What happened? Yeah, she's stuck in the tower. So it was Fandaniel after all. Damn the bastard. I'm sure you want to do more, but you were right to return here first. We must tread warily lest we endanger Nidana and the other captives. Okay, first we must inform everyone of the situation, Donna's colleagues included. I'll call them together for a gathering, but I think it would be best if you were the one to explain.
Oh, Nidana.
This is why you always send the red shirts! Always! If they die first, it's a very sad situation, but you never sacrifice the captain! That's just like basic leadership 101. At least in a situation like this. Can you answer me this? Though Nidana is trapped in the tower still, she is still alive, yes? Yeah, she is. It's fine. Then we must make warding scales, as many as we can. The prototype works perfectly. This Nidana proved at her peril to herself. So let's make more scales that she and all those who were given might be saved. Aye, as alchemists, this is how we help win the fight. Let's do this! My friends, the satrap has been made aware of the tragedy. He offers his heartfelt condolences and reiterates his pledge to provide you with anything and all that you require. To that end, he bade give you this link pearl, that he might personally discuss the production of the warding scales with you. Oh, damn, okay. And for our Vesian fans, I bear an invitation. In her report, Mistress Nidana noted your vital contribution to the talisman's creations. This fact came up to the satrap's attention, and in recognition of your deeds, he wishes to see you. Well, that's impressive. In addition to thanking you in person, he would also discuss future and avenues of collaboration. And so, if it is agreeable, will you not accompany me to Radsan for an audience with His Excellency? That's actually kind of big. Yeah, we'll do that. We should be honored, of course. Closer cooperation between our lands can only benefit all of us. Then it is settled. Please come to the gates east of Giant Skull grounds, and I will show you to our city. I still don't trust him. There's just something that's off. Like, he's hiding something. Ask me what, I can't answer it for you, but he is absolutely hiding something. Man, this sucks that you have to go by ground this whole time. Alright, I might bump into some monsters, but I'm taking a shortcut because I am not following this dumbass road all this time again. And we're gonna run more than anything else because I just really cannot be bothered. Oh, there's Radsan. Oh, god damn. Oh, hey, look, an Aether Current. That was convenient. Man, that worked out. Have I even heard the new battle theme? I haven't. You know what? Speaking of which. That's okay. I haven't heard like the dungeon battle theme because I know that whenever you hear like the Shadowbringers dungeon theme, oh, that is baller. So I'm looking forward to hearing the dungeon theme for Endwalker. The dungeon themes are absolute bangers. I look forward to it. Again, I have a hard time imagining the themes being better than frickin' like Insatiable or We Fall. Like, those songs are just, ugh, good. So I have a hard time imagining anything being better. But I'm willing to be wrong. Or allow me to rephrase, I'm willing to be proven wrong. Doesn't mean that I am wrong yet. I'll be the judge of whether or not they're bangers. Of the satrap, I only know the common tidbits. That though the position is hereditary, he is not considered a sovereign, and that, despite possessing considerable authority, he wields it sparingly. Given the esteem on which the locals hold him, however, it's safe to assume he's good at his job. We could do far worse of an ally. Be it here or in Asia, all share in there to deliver the captives. Thus, united, I pray we may join in a common cause with the satrap. When last I visited, the city was brimming with life. I expect the tower has dampened the mood somewhat. All present, then let us proceed. Owing to the threat of the tower, the city is currently in a state of high alert, and strict restrictions are in place for entry. Though you have been granted special permission, I ask that you please remain close to me at all times. Alright. Let's check out Raditsan.
A vast rock squats upon Favnir, and to its stony surface clings the city of Radz-at-Han. Ye who enter here are subject to the scrutiny of gods, the gate's most watchful eye. The orb which beholdeth the truth of all things.
Well, that's creepy.
Pass beneath its hot and piercing gaze, bearing down like a second midday sun.
Holy steps, Batman.
The fragrant haze, a mixture of sweet incense and acrid smoke. The cries of merchants mingled here with lively melodies accented by dancers' feet. Travelers seduced by vivid sound and colors were once swallowed up by patchwork streets.
Weird. The color looks really washed out. Ah, yeah, because it is a
no
bit.
Such scenes to savor now. To what somber present does that divine eye bear witness?
Yeah, I figured it was a flashback.
Here we are. Megadota. seems a shame to bring you here directly. Under normal circumstances, it would have been my pleasure to show you the sights.
And it would have been our pleasure to see them. Alas, it seems our tour of the city will have to wait.
I'm afraid so. Come, we should head inside.
He's still hiding something. I really do not trust him.
Your Excellency, may I present our honored visitors?
Ah, splendid. Most splendid. Allow me to introduce myself. I am Ahawan, satrap of Radzatan. Our alchemists tell me your assistance was invaluable in the creation of the warding scale. Such deeds ought to be recognized in person. Thus did I have young Varshan convey you here forthwith. On behalf of my people, may I express to you our sincere gratitude.
Yeah, unfortunately not everything went to plan, though.
I assume you speak of Nidana. A regrettable incident indeed. Her colleagues insist that we honor her wishes and trust in the talisman, that it will be instrumental in saving Nidana and the others. I am eager to hear your opinion on the matter, so let us not stand on ceremony. Come, sit.
I think not.
Oh?
This charade has gone on long enough. Show yourself.
Forgive me, but were you expecting musicians, perhaps? There are no performers waiting in the wings at present, but arrangements could be made if you'd prefer.
Nay, he hath the right of it. The time for artifice is past. Raise the curtain.
As you wish.
Oh-ho!
You travel as assistants to the students of Valdesian, but you are known to me. Even here have we heard of the scions of the Seventh Dawn.
Whoa! Hi!
I am Vritra, and for years uncounted hath this isle served as mine abode.
Vritra, of the First Brood, sibling to Hraesvelga and Nidhogg.
Damn! Okay! Hi!
I, mine elder brothers, of Midgardsormr's spawn, I was last to hatch.
Well, isn't this a surprise? We were told Radzat Han had an alliance with a dragon. Not that a great worm sat in the satrap's own hall.
He is a satrap.
A necessary subterfuge, as the true tale of our nation history illustrates most effectively. In the beginning, the rock upon which our city is built was home to Vitra, and Vitra alone. In time, the ancestors of the Matanga came to the island and established a foothold. But never did they dare disturb the worm's lair. Next to arrive were the Aura. Adopting the example of their Akasodra allies, they too treated Vitra with reverence and respect. And for many years, an understanding between our forefathers and the Great Worm endured. Until marauding heroes from the mainland came, threatening to shatter our peace and tranquility, when it seemed all would be drowned in blood. Vitra himself came forth and quelled the rising conflict. A peaceful accord was reached, and oaths sworn in Vitra's name. Thus began the dragon's governance of the fledgling state, which was to grow into Radz Athan.
Wait a minute. Oh god, I hope they do not play on Dragon Song's lyrics at all for this expansion, or shit's about to go really bad. I doubt it will, because I do not think we're going to get a repeat of the Dragon Song Wars, but oh, that would suck.
But if Ritra is still here, then your position as Satrap is just...
a puppet.
A charade. Yes. And one which my family has performed faithfully for generations.
Oh, that's cool.
Many envy the great worms their power. Were it known that I ruled here, then the fires of war would burn without end.
Dragon D's nuts. Ha! Got him.
I would not be the flame which consumeth my people. Those few who joined me in laying our country's foundations were, perforce, sworn to secrecy.
I would expect so.
Your eye. It was taken.
Oh.
'Tis here, buried within the semblance of flesh. The body before thee is but a simulacrum, constructed by the finest artisans of Razatan. With mine eye nestled within, it doth serve as an inconspicuous vessel for my will.
I knew it! I called that something was up with him.
That would explain why I felt the presence of a dragon upon our first meeting.
I am woven with words fashioned to deceive such arcane senses.
You need to update him then, bud, because this man here can clearly see it.
Though 'twas short-lived, it seemeth thy fusion with my brother hath left thee much altered, Estinian warm-blood. From the very first, we sensed the nature of one another, yet did neither one of us bear his fangs. That is all I need know of thee for now.
With my secret thus revealed, I have for you a proposal. Not as a worm of the first brood, but as the ruler of Radz Athan.
Of Radz Athan. So fancy.
With all haste must we take in hand the finished talismans and breach this foul spire. Thence, should it lay within our power, dispel its wicked influence. Yet even with the assurance of the warding scales, the narrow confines of the tower doth limit the size of our force.
And thus denied strength in numbers, thou must choose thy soldiers with care.
Just so. Yet though our radiant host is formidable, I see a surer path before me. Thou and thy comrades have contended with a multitude of primal beings. Most recently, thou didst cast down false gods in Padalthan and Cartanau, I am told. 'Tis upon that strength I would call. The Scions have proven themselves the most capable, and I ask that you serve as the tip of our spear. Talismans would, of course, be provided for each of thy companions, and should you agree to this undertaking, more will be provided to make use of as you see fit.
There's no denying it's a dangerous proposition, but the rewards may far outweigh the risk. Just think of what we might accomplish if we could equip all our allies with warding scales.
There's got to be a limit to how many you can hand out because, you know, he's a dragon, it's his scales, but he's got to regrow them.
I worry, however, that even the 4 of us may be too few for what you have in mind. Might we regroup with our friends first to discuss the matter?
'Tis no trifling task that I have laid before you. Go. Steel your hearts and hone your plans. Such time as you require shall be spent in crafting your protective charms.
It seems a quick trip back to Sharlayan is in order.
Wait,
Wilt thou not lend thine aid?
Whether your request be made as a great worm or the ruler of Rads at Han, I see no reason to refuse, nor will I.
Whoo! What a badass!
I am in thy debt.
Damn, Estinian's so bad. He's a bad motherfucker.
Well, that was an interesting turn of events.
I wish you encountered one of the first brood in such circumstances.
Yeah?
He's always such an edgelord
Around the dragons. I mean, he was a dragon killer, so it makes sense.
If our course of action is decided, let us not tarry.
To be fair, I do like the symbolic usage they had for the city, because it's like, oh, the ever-watching eye is judging you. It's because it's literally the little puppeteer kid going around and looking at people. So yes, the eye of the dragon is watching you, literally at all times.
That meeting took a rather unexpected turn, but we now have a clear objective ahead of us. Let us rejoin our comrades in Sharlayan and muster a suitable crew for us to foray into the Tower of Zod. Oh, and if you haven't already done so, be sure to attune the ether right here before departing, unless of course you enjoy violent nausea. I've attuned to some Etherites here. Can I go into Radsan? Ah! Alright, let's hope we don't puke our guts out when we get there. Sally forth! I'm kidding. Hello, Mr. Fancy Pants Trenchcoat, man named Ballistaire. That's the end of the first quest. Now go do the other. That's the plan. I am going to take a super fast break, though, to use the restroom after this, so... Vitra and his alchemists have prepared us our foray tour. What we may accomplish within its twisted halls remaineth to be seen. The Arkasodara languish in the Telephoroi chains doth forewarn us of the nature of our foe. 'Tis the gods of Thavnir who will be summoned to thwart us. The conflict between Nidhogg and I is in the past, and though they were brothers, it has no bearing on my view of Vitra. Above all else, he is a leader of men, not an enemy. He would hardly dedicate his life to this endeavor if he bore any kind of ill will. Very smart thinking. Just as I was getting used to balmy Thavnir, we're back in chilly Sharlayan. Take care not to catch your death, eh? We need you for the coming battles to come. Now then, your investigation remains here, but when that's over, we shall take stock of all the developments and discoveries. Done. Might be able to get it done today, but it's a bit away. Only 9 quests, but they are long. Got it. So here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to take one more break to use the restroom, and we're going to crank out as much as we can in the next hour and 10 to 15 minutes. I don't know if I'll get it done in time for before midnight, but once it hits about 11:45, 11:50, I am going to call it tonight.
So let me go take one more quick break. I'm gonna get some more water. I'm gonna use the restroom, and then I'll be back. So on that cheery note, yeah, I don't think I'll be able to make it either, but I'll put as much time in as I can, and I'll talk a bit about what I'm gonna do come the end of the stream. So let me be right back real quick, and I'll go ahead and leave you with the wonderful music that's in the background, actually. Yep, let me just turn some stuff off. And I do wish there was a way to deselect music when you're done. Yeah, that's not what's playing. Yeah, but either way, here's some music. I will be right back. Alright, and on that cheery note, we are back, so just get this pulled up real quick. There we go. Alright, so just finished up with the entire quest chain for Thancred, Urion J, and Estinian over at Aratan. So now let's talk to Kryl. Hi, Graha. Hi, Yushtola. Alice, Alphino, hi! I still don't understand how the vote could be unanimous. What could possibly convince them all to turn their backs on Eorzea? If the Forum is intent on concealing its intentions, then a cursory investigation will avail us a little, I suspect. We need to dig deeper, and with the greatest of care. Hi, Yashola. The process by which Forum members are elected is fair and equitable. Neither wealth nor social standing offers any advantages to a prospective candidate. But fairly elected or not, Master Montoya still found them all to be insufferable. Understandable. Graha! Hi, bud! Our tour of the city was a pleasant distraction. I feel more than ready to take the challenges of the day. Hi, Kryl! Bootsies, nice. An unsettling change has come over Charlian, but together we will divine the underlying cause of the Forum's callousness. As I mentioned before, however, questioning the counselors directly is a fruitless effort. They seem to have already come to a consensus as to what and how little they are willing to divulge, which is why I began scouring Charlian's archive of historical records for any hint of a connection to the final days. Suffice to say that the progress has been slow. There are only so many dusty pages one can skim in a day. But now that I have this band of willing reinforcements, the search should proceed much swifter. Let us reconvene outside Numenon, shall we? Exit the annex to the right and you'll find the archives to the western edge of the woods. Cool! Yep, we've got 2, 4, 6 people on it now, so we should be good. Ooh. I love this set that this person has. It's very cute. Little Moogle set. Can I mount up here? Nope, of course not. Oh well. I haven't really seen anything on Endwalker yet, but if I do know one thing, there was a patch that got released not long after the initial launch of Endwalker where they were doing a Q&A with Yoshi P. The poor man was sitting there listening to questions, and they were like, so the very first most requested question is, when are we getting housing in Charlia? And, like, he just puts his head in his hands like, are you serious? The poor guy busted his ass as part of this expansion to get housing in, Ishgard, and now everyone's like, the expansion just came out. When are we getting housing in Raditsan? When are we getting housing in Charlia? It's like, are you shitting me? Poor Yoshi P. Although housing here would be cool, but yeah, poor guy. Just give him a bit to catch up. My directions were easy enough to follow, I hope. In any case, you now stand before the doors of Numenon, Charlian's greatest collection of books and tomes. This building is actually only an entrance, and one of many at that, for the archives of Numenon extend deep beneath the surface like the roots of a tree. The vast halls of the great Google Library pale in comparison to Numenon's endless maze of subterranean chambers. As citizens of Charlian, any says, again, English is my first language. Can you tell? Any citizen of Charlian is free to enter and peruse itself. Oh my gosh! Any citizen of Charlian is free to enter and peruse its shelves. Well, most of its shelves. Only Archons are afforded access to certain restricted vaults. I've dispatched Y'shtola and Graha to investigate those. Meanwhile, Alice and Alphino will help me continue my search through the stacks open to the general public. Your status presents more of a problem. As a non-citizen, you are only permitted to browse the first floor here at the entrance, even though there should be a number of books which touch upon Charlian's history or the foreign policy. Your task will be to find and study the relevant publications. I promise you, a working knowledge of those subjects will make it far easier to spot the sort of clues we're looking for. Let us be about it, shall we? I've told the others to meet us at the stone benches over there once they found promising tomes. Happy reading! Okay. Tally-ho! Holy... Oh my god! What?! Okay, hold on. Humor me for just a moment here. First floor, second floor, third floor. Yeah. First floor, second floor. Third floor, fourth floor, fifth floor. 6 floors. 6 floors that I can see. Oh my god. There's actually more than... Oh my gosh! Yeah, she wasn't kidding when she said it was a library, although, based on what I'm seeing here, it looks like we might be in for some thin reading, if you get what I mean. Anyway, brightly colored book. The title of the spine reads The Story of Charlian. Read the book? Sure. Long, long ago on the island Northern Sea, there lived a Rogan man by the name of Krempf. Was a student of astrology, and he divined that a flood of terrifying portions would soon sweep over the lands of Eorzea. Interesting prediction. So it was that he built a gigantic ship, assembled a crew, and set sail to the impending realm. The flood arrived as foretold, and to their horror, the strangely churning waters drove the people towards the ocean. It was there, however, that the crew hauled them aboard in his ark, but the danger had not passed. A towering wave approached, threatening to smash the vessel to pieces. With only moments spare, he wove a mighty spell of teleportation and shifted the entire ship to the safety atop Abelathia's spine. Refugees from the surrounding regions huddled there alongside them. It was long before disputes over the dwindling food supply led to the violence and bloodshed. Saddened by the sight, he gathered to him his crew and his grateful passengers and abandoned the ark to those reddened peaks. They journeyed to the coast, where they built new ships intended upon returning to the northern seas. They landed on the beach of an island and settled upon a very spot. That settlement prospered and grew, and in time became known as the city of Charlian, which we live in to this day. Okay. Roads of Old, the colony. Okay. Many years ago on the banks of the Thaliac and the Dravanian hinterlands, a Charlian colony once thrived. This settlement was originally established as a mere outpost studying the Aether Sea in the year 1311 of the 6th Astral Era. Scholars dispatched to Eorzea found the facilities wanting, and their demands encouraged a gradual expansion in structures and services. As rumors spread of a growing community of academics, the area was further inundated with Eorzean students hoping to share in the renown and wisdom of the Charlians. 50 years later, the Forum passed a motion to recognize what had become a flourishing town as an official Charlian colony. The Eorzean residents took to calling the colony itself Charlian, which led to no small amount of confusion when discussion turned to the subjects of the motherland. In response, some Charlian inhabitants, if pressed for a name, would simply refer to it as Emporium. Okay, we've been there. Following the Exodus, however, goblins and treasure hunters claimed the abandoned colony and gave it yet another name, Edelshire. Yep, we know Edelshire. Following chapters go on to introduce the most prominent features of Edelshire. This book does not appear to contain any additional information on the forum or cover the history of Charlian. Yep, that makes sense. So that's pretty interesting. Time-worn tome. Stewards of Wisdom. Okay. During the chaos of the 6th Umbral Calamity, Archon Nifikum, Neon Krempf, we're gonna call him Archon Ni. He is the Archon who says Ni! Archon Ni founder of Charlian, bore witness to the madness and savagery of men brought to the brink of despair. Upon raising a settlement, Archon Cream Puff. Nah, I'll stick with, you know, the old Monty Python reference. Let's see. Archon, founder of the Charlian, bore witness to the madness and savagery of men brought to the brink of despair. Upon raising a settlement on an island in the northern empty, he instructed his people thus: renounce the ways of wars and pursue enlightenment through knowledge and reason. The Charlians took to heart the words of their savior, and thenceforth served as stewards of wisdom. Upon a foundation of accumulated learning, they built a homeland unlike any other, a nation born of strength of minds rather than strength of arms. With knowledge of economics came shrewd trading. With knowledge of agriculture came bountiful crops. Engineering brought wells and sewers, ending squabbles over water. Wealth of expertise could be bartered for wealth in coin, and the more their wisdom spread throughout the world, the more mankind as a whole would thrive. And so it was that no matter the trial and tribulations of the age, the citizens of Charlian would live by their founders' teachings. For the sake of a better tomorrow, for the sake of a brighter star, they would eschew the tools of war and with knowledge deliver the world. That is a relevant text. Very nice. Oh my god, that is so pretty. That is so cool. Ha! Hi! That's such a little librarian. He's so tiny. The voice of a growing city. Dare I say she's just a little gal. Or that might possibly just a little guy. Anyway, in the years following the founding of Charlian, civic policy and other matters of importance were decided on at the Ecclesia, a public forum at which every citizen was eligible to speak. As the population grew, however, the forum became impractical. Hey, there's the just a little gal, or just a little guy. Just a little pal. As the city population grew, however, this format became increasingly impractical. The large number of participants gave rise to even longer debates, resulting in significant delays in vital responses. Various measures were introduced. Whoa! Alrighty then, anyway. Various measures were introduced in an attempt to curtail protracted discussions, but in the year 201 of the 6th Astral Era, it was ultimately decreed that Charlian would transition to a new form of governance. The nation would now be led by a body of 99 members, citizens chosen from amongst their peers by means of a nationwide vote. Thus was the forum as we know it today conceived and created. You've gained a fundamental understanding of Charlian history and the foundation of the forum. Head outside, rendezvous, and wait with your friends. Learning increased. Well, you see, I could do that, or I could also look at some of these other books that looked interesting. Blue-covered book. An Introduction to the Heavens. Let's see. Have you ever gazed at the skies above and contemplated the mysteries contained therein? I speak not of shifting cloud patterns, but the vastness beyond, of the sun and the twinkling tapestry of the night. Some think the dome above us to be a finite space, yet amongst the leading thinkers of our age, our scholars' depiction of a boundless sea of stars has firmly taken root. Alas, this heavenly sea remains an unreachable, unknowable destination. About that. Anyway, there are few indeed who can explain in satisfactory details why our own star is believed to revolve around the sun. It was the technologists of Alag who came closest to understanding the laws which govern that starry abyss. It was they who launched Dalmud and sought to expand beyond our earthbound existence. Having read these ancient ambitions, I wonder, has your interest in this field of study waxed or waned? What if I were to tell you that the eternal constellations were arranged differently in the distant past, that their positions continue to shift almost imperceptibly but measurably as we journey into the future? Would it shock you to learn that the stars drift further and further apart and may indeed do so forever? Are you eager to learn more? A little bit, yeah. Astrology is interesting. Well-worn manual. Forever 20 some... Oh no. What am I getting into? My beloved seekers of knowledge, have you ever put learning before your health and neglected to feed and rest your body as you should? I, too, once engaged in such foolish practices. But one night, engrossed in philosophical study, I had an epiphany. For all the world's mysteries that drive us to reckless abandon, we have so very few years of life in which to achieve our goals. Thus do I share with you this mantra. I am forever 20 summers young. The number itself is unimportant. You could be 19 or 23 or 40. Whatever age you are when you discover this manual, let that be the age that inspires you to remain. Through mindful, healthy living, you will extend the life available to spend upon your chosen research. Another day, another moon, another summer, to grasp the greater truths you pursue. In the following pages, we will explore the secrets of maintaining one's own physical condition from biological, ethological, and arcane viewpoint. Damn, give me that manual. I need that right now. Alright, we've read through, I think, all the books, if I'm not mistaken. A reference page. We apologize for the inconvenience, but the reference desk is currently experiencing an unusually high volume of requests. Please stand by until this issue is resolved. Ah, it's a little robot. So, for now I can just say, it's just a little guy! And it works. Alright, friends, let's come out and chat. That was actually kind of a fun bit of reading. I love books. I should get back into reading more often. Hi, besties! Sorry, were you waiting long? I wanted to make sure that I borrowed at least a few promising volumes. Alphino and Carl should be along very soon. I was delayed in a similar fashion. As far as I can see, no titles in the Archon stacks mention the final day specifically, so we have no choice but to start with the tangentially relevant volumes. If they are even that. At present, the plan is to skim through as quickly as we dare and share our discoveries we make with each other. It would have been nice to invite everyone else to the estate, plenty of comfortable places to read, and a ready supply of hot tea. I was quite fond of reading outside. But it's not about the pleasures, is it? You miss your home. It's been difficult. After our arrival, we managed to speak with one of the family servants and asked how things were. It seems our dearest father has instructed the staff that even if Alpha and I were to return to Charlia, we were not to be allowed across the threshold. Well, damn. A harsh measure indeed. I hope that our efforts to understand his position, and that of the Forum, will perhaps lead to a reconciliation. We'll mend the rift one day, I'm certain of it. Epic foreshadowing that he's probably gonna die! Sorry, I don't know for sure. I just know for a fact that whenever you have statements like that, yeah, we'll make it work one day, especially in this game, usually means somebody's gonna die. And Alphino and Alize died while their dad regretted never making up with them. And their father dies on his principles or by trying to protect everyone else. Anyways, and what of you, Gry? Have you been to visit your family, or do they not live in the city? Well, my situation is somewhat complicated. I was raised in Charlian, yes, but I was born rather further away. In the southern reaches of Ilsbarad, in fact. For generations, my people have dwelt in Corvos, the coastal region opposite of the island of Thavnir. The Allagans founded a city in that fertile land, and by ship, brought in the subjugated tribes of the Mikote to serve as laborers. Of course, the massive earthquakes of the Fourth Umbral Calamity brought an end to the Empire's reign, and when the Fifth Calamity froze the sea solid, many of the tribes still living in Corvus braved the journey back to Eorzea. My ancestors, however, chose to remain, but they might prevent the remnant of Allagan technology from being misused. Isn't Corvus under Garlean rule? Oh, for the past 50 years, yes, some semblance of local culture remains, as is the case for most imperial provinces, but but Garlemald remains the region locus anonymous, or ammonius. When I was a boy, a nearby town came under the jurisdiction of the illustrious imperial family, the noble of House Darnus. House Darnus demonstrated a singular interest in Allegan civilization, so my tribe was forced to consider a plan of action. For some time already, voices have been raised in favor of abandoning our ancient customs. After all, the Allegan eye no longer passed to our eldest children as reliably as it once had. Fear of discovery eventually tipped the scales, and the decision was made to bury our ties to the knowledge and the traditions of Alag. As the last child born with the Allegan eye, I was given over to the custody of the friends and the students of Blade Scion, who had me registered as a Charlian citizen. I never even considered. Forgive me, was an unkind question. Even Thancred was taken in by Archon Louis Sois, was he not? Stories of adopted waifs and rescued orphans are more common among Charlians than you might think. Yet, regardless of our origins, we are all provided with an equal opportunity to learn, and with sufficient... Wow, I have never seen that word before. Perspicacity? Alright, I apologize. It's time for Google! I'm guessing it's based on context clues. Perspicacity is, or perspicacity probably is something to the effect of perseverance or with sufficient teaching. Perspicacity. Ah, it's another synonym for shrewdness, the quality of having a ready insight into things. Interesting. I have never heard that word before in my life. That's fascinating. Anyway. Even we can be considered Archons. It is exactly why I have such a love for this country, and why I wish to remain a nation in which its citizens can be proud. Hear, hear. Another good reason to get to the bottom of the forum's stubbornness, aside from the trifling matter of our impending doom. Excuse us while we try to make some headway in these books, Kima. More company should be arriving any moment now. There are others better suited to poring over old books and history, so I thought I'd try my luck with more recent events. If I can find anything better to inform me of the forum's baffling behavior. What else do I know of Corvus? Precious little, I'm afraid. I've not returned since Master Galef first brought me here. I can tell you that Corvosi rebels still seek to slip the yoke of their Imperial masters. The fight is far less fierce than it once was. Oh, and they have carpets. Flying carpets! The legends are quite extraordinary! Oh, he needs to go back home. That'd be highly entertaining. Ah, they've returned. We've returned with our selections. Although I must say the pickings were quite slim indeed. Mr. Squall has already flicked through every history book devoted to disasters, and more than a few which barely made mention of them. As such, we will be looking into research papers of the Umbral calamities, as well as articles written by prominent forum members. Perhaps their knowledge of the final days comes from an unexpected source. Speaking of which, I might ask you a few questions related to the final days? I'm the only one here who didn't witness the events of Automat firsthand. I fear I may have overlooked critical details. Okie dokie, let me give you a help. My thanks. Now, where to begin? First things first, what kind of phenomena did the ancestors encounter on the final days drew nigh? I think it was mostly creation magics that were the issue. Yes, the unfolding catastrophe wrought havoc on all manners of light. Quiz time, joy! The chaos extended to the ancients themselves, causing their powers of creation to spiral out of control. Fear and despair manifested in tangible fashions. Meteors raining from sky, fires erupting from the ground, indescribable abominations prowling the streets. More or less aligns with my understanding. If only the arts of creation had survived until present day, we might be able to substantially analyze. To the best of our knowledge, however, those techniques were not preserved or passed on. Y'shtola surmises that the closest known magics to that is the summoning rituals promulgated by the Asians. AKA, I'm assuming, based on context clues again, perpetuated. But, just for safety's sake, Google again! Promulgated. Perpetuated is a synonym. Promote or make widely known. God damn it, Final Fantasy, why are you picking such interesting words? Was there aught else of note which heralded the approach of the final days? This I don't remember. I mean, I think it might be this. Ah, yes. The Almorites spoke of it, didn't they? We never did hear this sound ourselves, of course, thus, as we were in the midst of our own madness. But it seems that each and every one of the casters was preceded by this ominous noise. Eventually it sounded across the star, and not even the Automok was spared. So the ground was crying out, you say? To be considered the harbinger doom, it must have been quite distinctive, and probably quite loud. I'll have to speak with one of Nomenon's mammoths and ask if any books which mention such sound. Last but not least, would you describe how the ancients sought to quell this unprecedented calamity? What definitive action did they take? To stop the final days, they summoned Zodiark. Because Hydaelyn was brought in to oppose Zodiark. Yes, with Elidibus serving as its heart, so many gave themselves the sacrifice to bring him into being. We do not know exactly how Zodiark brought salvation to the star, only that by his godlike will were the laws of nature set aside. Then, once balance was redressed, the ancients offered up a future sacrifice to heal the ravages of the final days. Lives sprouted anew, and it was these fledgling souls that they intended to render unto Zodiark, a trade that would have allowed them to resurrect the shades of level absorbed by the primal. Or might have, had Venet and her followers not manifested their opposition in the form of Hydaelyn. Thank you, both of you, for the detailed review. I feel much more confident now in my understanding of events. With that freshly in mind, it does make me wonder what the Telephoroi truly mean when they speak of bringing back the final days. We've seen that they're doing this with those towers of theirs. Is forcing people to summon primals a kind of catalyst? Are they attempting to mirror the conditions caused by unstable creation magics? Or are they simply using the final days as a figure of speech, a convenient metaphor for the scale of destruction they plan to unleash? But this is all just pointless conjecture at this stage. Let's return our attention to the forum, shall we? We should keep an eye out for Y'shtola, but 'tis time we began studying these research papers. Alright. Are you going to say the same thing? Yeah. Many forum members are also researchers or professors. If they know aught of the final days, then that knowledge might surface in their writings. That's my hope, anyway. It really is comforting to have all these dedicated assistants on hand. Right then, enough chatting, more reading. Yes, school teacher. And Y'shtola gets brought out in handcuffs. Ah, there she is. I'm the last, am I? Well, may I extend in search of the Archon stacks, produce one or two possibly useful books. But I wouldn't get your hopes up. If you recall, Orion J. As if anyone in Charlotte could contain her. As if anyone in this entire freaking universe could stop this woman if you truly incurred her wrath. No, I stand corrected. In this universe. In a parallel one, I can think of one particular cat boy that could. One Hrothgar, possibly. If you recall, Orion J learned of the source's reflection from the Jurum oracles. For its potential to cause panic and confusion, that tome was deemed apocrypha and sealed away in the Great Google Library. 'Tis even less likely that knowledge of the unsundered world, not to mention the horrors of the final days, would be left sitting on a shelf for any curious scholar to find. It stands to reason then that my colleagues, be they archons or counselors, should perforce be largely ignorant of the subject. Yet when you confront Master Forchenal with the knowledge of the Telferoi and their machinations, he scoffed at the suggestion that they posed a threat. He seemed adamant that the Forum would know if the final days were truly upon us, which only supports the conclusion that whatever privileged wisdom is guiding the Forum's behavior, it's being kept a secret from the rest of the nation. Not that I mean to excuse myself from reading duty. Whether they contain mentions of the final days or not, these books could yet hold something of value. Yeah, but how are you gonna read? You're freaking blind. You see with ether. Like, you can't see. You have to, like... whatever. You weren't thinking of leaving, were you? There's plenty of work for everyone. Alright, sit me down with a book or two. You labor for what feels like ages as Yshtola's research assistant. Yes, mommy! I've found naught of interest so far. I think Yshtola might be right about not getting our hopes up. Your efforts to gain Gra's attention goes unnoticed. He appears to be lost in reading. Oh, he might be finding something then. Holy Jesus! Thank you for your help, but I think I can manage the rest without your assistance. If I were you, I'd steal a few quiet moments for myself. Oh dear, you look exhausted. But what about your studies? Were you able to find any books on the subjects I mentioned? A little bit. And then the day was well spent. Should you wish to read them again, a mammoth at the entrance at the reference desk will point you in the right direction. For the moment, though, I suggest you take a well-deserved rest. We might be occupied with our research for quite some time. Ha! Needs a study break. Ready for a tea break, Akima? I know I am. Honestly, my neck and shoulders are going to calcify if I don't stretch my legs and walk a bit. You know the last stand down the harbor, don't you? Come and meet me near the outside tables, and I'll treat you to their coffee. It's quite good. Well, I'm not personally a coffee person, but if it's a one-on-one date with Alice, yes, please. Alice is personally best girl for me, but Y'shtola is very close. I do have to say, I do get why people are hoping to get housing here. Charlia is very pretty. Also, this music is amazing. As busy as ever, I see. But very Charlian that no other gourmet cafe has sprung up to compete for customers. Actually, this crowd gives me an idea. Before placing orders, why don't we ask a few questions and gauge the mood of the city? I'm interested to hearing what the average citizen has to say about the Teleforroy. You might learn something new. Worth a try, don't you think? Yep. She's gonna follow me around and we're going to have a chat. Pyro d'Air. What? Wait, what? What is it? Can a man enjoy a moment of private respite? If you're looking to share a table, then I respectfully request that you look elsewhere. You misunderstand, sir. We're simply wondering if you knew about the Teleforroy. These enemies of peace have promised to an end of all that we know, hold, and wait. You're that House Levier girl, aren't you? And this woman with you is obviously a foreigner. I've heard you were disowned for helping others indulge their barbaric whims, and here you are giving truth to the rumor. I'll thank you to leave me. I'll have aught else to say the likes of you. Well, I must apologize. It was foolish for me to expect an ounce of civility from one so enlightened. Well, one, asshole. Two, I mean, she is kind of gonna have a hard time convincing anyone of anything. Hildoise. Yes, I don't believe I've had the pleasure. Pray excuse the interruption, but we were hoping you might share your thoughts on the Teleforroy and their unconscionable plans. My goodness, if it isn't the young Mistress Levier, my apologies, but I work in the offices of the Forum, and if word were to reach Master Fortunaw that I was helping you... I see. We are sorry to have bothered you. Dick on! Dick on your face! Hey! Anyway. Well, hello. Welcome, madame. What can I offer you today? Wait. Is that Mistress Alice I see there? My word, how long has it been? Far too long. Meet Dickon, the owner of the Last Stand. I used to frequent this cafe on the occasion in between lessons in the stadium. That seems like an age now. I remember hearing that you and Master Alphina had set sail to Eorzea, but then you never came back. Lately, there's been gossip about your father disowning the pair of you. Everything all right at home? It's complicated, and I hadn't expected complete strangers to be so familiar with our situation quite so quickly. Everyone has an opinion, it seems. Well, it is House Levier. No matter how discreet Master Fortunaw may have been, news of her family's doing never stays secret for long. Things being what they are, what brings you back to the city now, of all times? We have questions, and only Charlian has the answer. Tell me, Master Dickon, have you heard anything about an apocalypse called the Final Days? That's a no. What, like the end of the world? Nothing like that, I'm afraid. And that's what has you here to find information about this apocalypse? Yes, whatever we can learn. Unfortunately, your patrons appear to be unwilling to speak to me. I wish there was more I could do to help. Huh. Maybe there is. You're a visitor to Charlian, aren't you? Yeah. Then few will know your face. We should be able to pass you off as a server with none the wiser. We just finished preparing a few orders. Strike up some friendly conversation while you're setting down the food and you might just get the answers you're looking for. Not a bad idea. I hate to ask, but what do you think? Yeah, I'll do it. That's the spirit. Pay attention now and explain where each of these dishes needs to go. The tea says for the chatty group sitting by the water's edge. Okay, hold on. I am not screwing this up. To quote SpongeBob, write that down, write that down! Tea, chatty, group, water's edge. Omelette is for one of our regulars, Highlander by the name of Gisla. Alright. Omelette. Gisla. Outside with a friend. Behind them, you will see a Mikote gentleman. He ordered an oven-baked lobster. Mikote has the lobster. Oops, sorry about that. Got all that? Yep, I gotcha. I wrote it down. Chatty group by the edge is having the tea. Oh, my tea set. Lovely, thank you. The Telephone who? I'm sorry, I've never heard of them, or their final days. My friends and I are somewhat uninformed when it comes to current events. Now, if you want to hear about ritual arcane practices of this extra era, common or esoteric, then I'm happy to top your ear off. I always like to order this when discussing arcane theory with my peers. It's my favorite treat. Good for you. Guess you had the omelet. Oh, they even put it in order for you. That's a little tough to mess up. Ah, finally. 2, 4, 6, 8. Let's dig in. No time to waste. Wait a minute. What? Telfor? I just remember seeing the name of the latest Gazette. That was some grand claim about the end days. Same old senseless warmongering. When will these fools grow tired of spilling each other's blood? Best stay out of it, I say. The Forum made the right choice. I fully support our decision to remain neutral. The Last Stand really does make some of the best omelets in the world. The fluffiest eggs, the tartest sauce. I could eat it every day for a year. And Smitutia. God's the anticipation. I've heard it melts in your mouth like the most succulent roasts ever made. Urbane banter with a smile. Here you go. At last, the oven-baked lobster is mine. You have no idea how long I've scrimped and saved and suffered to afford this heavenly dish. Question. The final days? This is the first I've heard of it. Although that would explain why my friend has been rushed off his feet. It must be a busy time for a gleaner. You don't know what a gleaner is? They're collectors of a sort. Travel the world procuring things that we haven't got here in Charlian. Priceless books, unusual life specimens, and so forth. So named for those folks who trail after the reapers in the field, picking up every grain which was missed. Aye, by all accounts, the gleaning is a most important and meticulous and demanding profession. If these Telforoi make good of their audacious threats, then many uncatalogued rarities could be lost forever. Why else would the gleaners be buzzing about in such a frenzy? Watch the harbor and you'll see what I mean. They're carting loads from the docks all day. It's never been this hectic before. Not like this. So nobody really knows about the final days at all, or the Telforoi, but Charlia is prepping to just go into turtle mode, essentially. Any trouble customers? Were you able to get them talking? I told them. Interesting. They seem in rares found days, aside from the vague news that the gazettes are printing. Even Dickon has nothing to offer, and he's the best source of gossip in the city. If the Forum does have secret knowledge, they've done an impressive job of ensuring no one is whispering in the wrong ear. They've always been in neutral mode. They never intervene with anything in the world. Yes, that's true, but they're getting ready to basically go all doomsday preppers on the world and just store everything away and hide away while the rest of the world goes to shit. And they're going to be like, oh, look at us. We have everything we need. Oh. Well, in any case, thank you for playing the part so well. Here, that cup of coffee I promised. Hey, thank you. Let's enjoy our drink somewhere else, shall we? Maybe behind the peristyle, away from the gossip and their wagging tongues. There's Alice. This is actually kind of nice by the water's edge. That's nice. Yeah, this should do nicely. Out of the wind and out of sight.
When our father disowned us, I couldn't believe what I was hearing. It wasn't until much later that his words began to sink in, that I began to feel the weight of what it meant.
Oh, she needs someone to talk to. I'm here for you.
Do you remember when the decision was made to come to Sharlayan? Graham said that the Forum was determined to keep us in the dark, and that Father's venomous performance was part of that strategy, to keep us at arm's length. Perhaps it was. Father argued with Grandfather on many occasions, but never with such dismissive contempt. And when he demanded what justifies the sacrifices we make in war, I honestly didn't know what to say. Neither did Alpha know, I know, but never for one moment did I believe we had made the wrong choice. So all I could do was fume silently.
Oh.
It was only afterwards that I realized how childish I had been. How being stubborn and self-righteous must run in the family. If I could have just mustered a civil response, then things might have turned out differently. They must be ferrying goods to Labyrinthos.
What's Labyrinthos?
A vast complex beneath the island. Sharlayan is famous for archiving knowledge from around the world. Well, that knowledge is not preserved exclusively in dusty tomes and desiccated samples. Our living library, comprised of all manner of flora and fauna, is housed and studied within that underground facility. Still, that did seem to be an unusually large shipment. When I lived here, it was rare to even see such cargo transported by boat. Wait! Didn't you hear something in the last stand about the gleaners coming and going more than usual? Well, I think they're the ones we saw manning those boats. And gleaners answer to the Forum. If the appearance of the Telophoroi prompted this sudden burst of activity, then Labyrinthos may hold a clue as to what the Forum is planning.
You know what I'm gonna bet? I'm gonna take a random shot in the dark here. Here's what's gonna happen. Either they're gonna try to preserve all the knowledge of history and everything so that something will be around when everything is dead and gone, or they're taking specimens from everywhere and they're going to attempt to quote-unquote reseed life. Oh, this used to be here. We're going to put this in this exact location and rebuild it from the ground up. Some bullshit like that. Anyways. That'd be my shot in the dark. Oh, I'll take that bet. I'm afraid to wager anything for that bet, but... And we've hit 84. Red magic... What? Okay, what do I get? Increase the potency of Enhanced Repose to 280. Ver Thunder 2, Ver Arrow 2, Ver Fire... For stone, Zwerschal, Redouble, Jolt, Impact, and Reprise. Well, they cute as a bitch. Alright, Enhanced Acceleration allows the accumulation of a second charge of acceleration. Oh, that's nice. I don't think I use it that often. I know you're supposed to use it fairly regularly and not let it go on cooldown, but I don't know. I've never figured out how to maximize it yet. Enhanced magnification. Ah. Interesting. Wait a minute. Increases it by 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah. Well, I know that it gives you a free cast of Thunder, Arrow, or Impact, and it bumps Impact's damage, so it gives you one of these free casts or a free cast of Impact. Impact itself only does 210 or 260, so you bump it up a little bit higher than that. It's nowhere near as good as doing the damage of Arrow or Thunder. I'll just have to figure out how to properly rotate Red Mage at max level. Either way, not important. Not right now, at least. Okay. We should tell the others what we've learned about the Gleaners. Go on ahead to Numenon, and I'll join you in a moment. Master Dickon will want his cut back. Yeah, I don't want to keep a dick on his cup. Oof. And actually, I've got maybe another 15 minutes before I stop here, but I'm probably going to stop in 10 so I can at least explain what the game plan is. Welcome back. Been for a walk and cleared your head, have you? And gotten some clarity. Not exactly. We did some impromptu investigating and turned up information on the Gleaners. Let's explain it. Makes sense. The Gleaners take their requests directly from the institution. God damn it, you got 2 of 9 finished. Still going to be about another hour or so before you open up the dungeon. Damn it, okay. Gleaners take their requests directly from institutions and bureaucrats, but, as you say, they ultimately answer to the forum. A sudden significant increase in Gleaner traffic and in cargo, it certainly gives the impression of an overarching plan being put into motion. Let's see what theory we can build from the facts. As Y'shtola observed earlier, Numenon's archives appear to contain no information concerning the final days. Coupled with what Akima and Alice saw or learned about the Last Stand, or learned at the Last Stand, we can be reasonably sure that most Charlians know nothing of the particular period of ancient history. Yet my father and his colleagues are not only familiar with it, but are also somehow certain that the destruction being perpetuated by the Tel'Foroi, who unlike these I could not read that right. Yet my father and his colleagues are not only familiar with the final days, but are somehow certain that the destruction being perpetrated by the Tel'Foroi is wholly unlikely in these apocalyptic events. Moreover, the Forum claims to be so occupied by a duty of such pressing importance that they saw fit to unanimously deny Eorzea's request for aid. And now the Gleaners, official agents of the state, have been mobilized to an unprecedented scale. I do not think it was a stretch to conclude that the Gleaners' recent activities in service of the Forum's secretives ends. Well, yeah. In which case, our next course of action seems obvious. We visit Labyrinthos and assess the situation for ourselves. And if we're lucky, the Gleaners will be far more receptive to our questions. Ah! What should we expect down there? I don't mind books. And you're a red mage, you can't say jack. Oh, I would hate to spoil the surprise. As for myself, there are a few more subjects I should take a research on. I may join you later, but feel free to leave behind your borrowed books and be on your way. I'll see to it that each is returned to its proper place. That would be a great help. Thank you, Gorahatia. Let's head down the stairs over there and I'll show you where the entrance is. Alright. I am assuming, based on what they showed at the previous live letters, that this is that giant-ass underground city with the, like, actual factual mobile ether sun or whatever. Like, they've already shown this off a little bit in the live letters. Let's see. Go ahead there. That's a good stopping spot. That's fair. Ready? Labyrinthos is not too far from here, but you may find a path a bit disorienting. I'll take the lead, so stay close. Follow her and try not to fall behind. Off we go. Well, how fast are you gonna run? Crap, I forgot. What's my walk button? It's pleasant here amongst the trees, but we really should move along. Now we run. Try to keep up. Oh, I can, for sure. The only problem is I'm trying to figure out how to walk. Escort mission. Hey, she's escorting me this time. It's not me escorting her. We cross this bridge. Okay. Up here. Okay. Get running. There we go. Somehow I'm faster than her on the stairs. The Rostra, not far now. Here we are, through this door and down the stairs. You do remember to tune the shard back there, didn't you? It'll make your life much easier if you need to come back in a hurry. Otherwise, we should keep moving. Yeah, I'm attuned to it. I see the sparkles. Ooh. Ah. I'm assuming that's where the council sits. Oh wow, there's a chocobo keeper down here? And a fancy dress one too. Interesting. You didn't take a wrong turn into the Rotsta, did you? I thought the form would take too kindly to you barging into a private session. Maybe? Shh. I've not been to Labyrinthos in the longest time. Even as a student, my visits were few and far between. How did the Forum learn of the final days, and exactly how much do they know? More to the point, what do they intend to do about it? Hopefully the answers will at least be seen to one of those questions will lie below. Alright, Kryl. We're all here, yes? I've taken the liberty of securing permission for our group's ascent. Right, everyone onto the lift, and down we go. Alright. Is this the city below the city?
Deep beneath the scholar's city shines a false sun within a fabricated sky.
Holy shit!
In any age exist those who consider the floor an extension of their bookshelves. And this vault's architects surely belonged to that special breed.
One moment.
If the stack grows too high, start a new one. If no room remains, then make more rooms. A simple solution at first, and then bit by bit, a profound transformation. Knowledge, buried beneath knowledge, a growing, creeping labyrinth from which there is no escape.
Yo, this music, though, is pretty good.
Not what you expected. I must admit, the artifice is very convincing. But I assure you that we are beneath Sharlayan itself. The breeze you feel, the flowing waters you hear, all created by the hand of man.
The island is volcanic, you see, and once upon a time this great hollow must have been a reservoir for magma. It was discovered some 400 years ago, at which point it was repurposed as a storage facility for scrolls and samples and such. Renovations have continued, with nigh on no interruption to this day, with the lower levels still undergoing expansion.
Aren't those people gleaners?
Hey, there's some Vieira there.
Aye, judging by their dress. They are said to work alone as a rule, but 'twould seem that rule is being enthusiastically broken today. It may be as you suspected, that they are engaged in a task apart from the norm.
Let's spread out and get some answers then.
Oh, her echo's going off.
Did you call to me just now? No. How odd. I must be a bit dizzy from the descent. I'll be fine, I'm sure. Let's get to work, shall we?
Okay. Well, that's a heck of a way to stop, but yeah, so... Yeah, unfortunately, this is going to have to be our stopping point. Wow. Super cool place to stop. But regardless, yeah, so it's close to midnight. Family wants to see the ball drop, so we're going to go do that real quick. Thank you, Kayataka, for being here. If anybody else did show up, thank you for being here as well. I am going to quickly explain what my plan is. My goal is to try to get through the main story for Endwalker and the 6.1 and 6.2 patch before the end of January. It's a lofty goal. I don't know if I will make it. I probably won't, but I'm going to at least damn well try. And so as part of my goal, and one of the things I really want to do, as is evident with tonight, I want to stream more. So I'm going to try and find a consistent day every week that I can get on and stream. And until we get to the end of 6.3, whenever that drops, I'm going to try my damnedest to stream this game as much as I can and as often as I can, at the minimum once a week. If I can fit another one in, I will. I'm definitely going to try and stream some on Monday. If not, maybe tomorrow. That is the goal, is one of the 2 days, but we'll see. With it being a holiday weekend for me, I technically have the time, but it also means that people want me to do stuff. So keep an eye out tomorrow. If I can't make it, I'll do a super short video saying, hey, I'm not going to be able to stream. I'll catch you guys Monday. And then on Monday, I will try to find some time in between. Even if all I get is a couple of hours, then I get a couple of hours. But either way, I hope everybody has a wonderful night. I hope you have a very happy new year, and I will see you in the new year. Take care, everybody. Have a good one. Bye.